Yeah, man. We're up. I up. That I was a funny that running back, you know. What go on? When up. Yeah, man. At the renegade, we're not afraid. And you see who over there, so the rebel.
Yes, indeed, my brother.
Rebel, they got so terrible, you know. And so the renegade and the rebel, you know, terrible, you know.
Go on, my brother. Go on. Talk to me now.
You know, boy, we're not there, man. Boy, I listen to the line minister, sir. And we see everything we are going, and you know, we are the watch lion over the people, them, and the people them appreciate that, and that are good. But we do these things from our heart, you know. Make I tell you none. We do these things from our heart, you know. Yeah. Because we grew up and we know, say, you know, you can't step on poor people neck because of this where I come from. So we keep it real. All right. So Rebel.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the Prime Minister after him run and the big peer hike out of the blues. Right? Out of the blues, he run for the big peer hike. You know, it's the Prime Minister. From 2016, every time the man attack and cut to ribbon, him always I say, what him do, I mean, I see what him do, but, you know, Zozo and state of emergency and cut ribbon.
Right.
I know him I say, the raise appear, like I call him sub-zero. He might tell you, say him a sub-zero, but he might tell you why him a sub-zero. Because we not pay him good. You always say this, when you're going a job, you know where you're going to get for your pay and everything already. You're not supposed to sit there and cry, brother.
No. I mean, you know, blessings to you here, sir, and the listening audience. Big up everybody. Why they just not understand that piece there. We're I try wrap my head around it, and I can't come up with a logic for that. It's two different. If you listen to the statements, I mean, there's two different reasons as to why the pay hike is justified. And if you listen to the Minister of Finance, he said it's to attract qualified people into the public sector.
And them pay themselves, you know. But right. The public sector. For pay themselves. So all that attract the public sector, people who work under them. All that attract them.
Yeah, that was the reason. That was the reason.
But before you say something else, when Deadman Mackenzie come out, when them not keep in a February, Deadman Mackenzie come out and say the reason why them not keep local government election because them not have no money, them come out of pandemic. Mm-hmm. No, the finance minister, Nigel Clark, him say, because them do better than most country, so them can't give the people them this big salary. And themselves, them are talking about that.
No. All right. We could go back to the two reasons, and then we'll go back to what Desmond Mackenzie said, right?
Yes.
First reason given was that it's a way of attracting the best and the brightest into the government, right? Mm. That's the finance minister. Mm-hmm. The prime minister said, no, it's to pay so that we can perform, right? Mm-hmm. It's two different things. One is saying we are paying for people for come in. This one is saying, no, we are paying for the people who are here already so that they can perform, which goes to your point. We're saying, you know, in my sub-zero that they never performed before.
No, none of them not perform. None.
Right.
None.
The third point is with the minister there, Mackenzie, who said they never have any money for the local election. And then you have the
bug life.
Then you have the
misinformation minister. Him comes to something else too.
Yeah, then you have the minister of finance who said that we have done better than most countries, and we came out of the gates roaring after over COVID. Yeah. So then you ask yourself the question: why is it then that them don't take out a loan? Since them have a surplus and them do better than everybody else, why them take out a loan from IMF?
That more I know. Can them get a more question and answer?
Yeah, why you gonna take out a loan? If you are better than all of them, why you gonna take out a loan? And if you have to take out the loan, that what I tell you is that you still have things you have to take care of. So why you not take care of them things at first? Things like Ministry of Health.
Yeah, that have to.
National security, all the issues with them deal with health deal with Cornwall Regional and all of them other things. And education, right? Education, housing, health, local government, social, the one
job creation too, because we have
why not deal with all of them things at first? take care of the people and fix the roads, provide water, electricity, make sure all of them things are up and running, your infrastructure up and running. Then after you finish all of that, now you can say, okay, we have done a good job, and you make the people. But oh, by the way, where are the provisions concerning performance evaluation? Because if you remember back in 2016,
yes,
people get job letter and accountability
1.5 years
and all of them things. Yeah, and then the question now is, we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them. And that's why your lawsuit is so significant, because one of the things that you asked for is that who wants the performance evaluation yeah, you said who wants the methodology with them use.
Yes.
Right? Who wants that owner rate him? And up to now we can't hear nothing. So I don't understand this piece. And it's like put the cart before the horse, because you said years ago, you said, okay, we come up with some measurements, some performance evaluation measurements, and we're going to use them to determine if somebody's effective or not, and then deal with the case, after that. They didn't do it. And all of the ministers, almost all of them failing. And then they turn around and say, no, you have to pay with money. You have to give us some money so that then we can start work. I mean, what this? No, you work and show, so because you already get a salary when you're going,
Yes.
See, and remember this: nobody put a gun to your head and said, you have to go into politics. That's you volunteer to do that. And most of them, if you ask them, they'll say volunteer because we want to serve the people. But there's a social contract, and here's the social contract. That social contract is that we vote for you so that you take care of us. But them violate it because we vote for them and them take care of them. That is a breach of contract. That's not the contract what we have with politicians. That's not the contract. So
so even that talking, why it messed me up. Let me show why I'll show you something right now. I'll show them something on them screen right now. Why that talking that messed me up? This Ratty, this are 2014.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, pay parliament minimum wage.
Lead
by example.
Okay, this is 2014. So all this money thing coming in now, if it's a minimum wage, you have to cut them pay to minimum wage, or you raise it by 200% and them thing now. Oh, me not understand how that blame.
Well, no, if you go by that, that sign that we hold up, is about 2,000%, because minimum wage is minimum wage as of right now is 9,000.
Yeah, 9 can't reach 30.
9,000,
9,000,
right?
Yes.
And that goes to what, 13, right?
Yeah, but that's June.
Yeah, so it's 9,000 now. So it's supposed to be 9,000.
Yes, and himself go down this,
Yeah.
Himself when if cut it to minimum wage, not our saying, because we don't just get up and we come tell life and the Prime Minister and thing. We don't do that. We hold him by word. A matter of fact, when we hear him scream out now, like a child, I scream out and I talk about a rubbish, I'm going to play with him say. I have to play with him say, because it's unbelievable. I want to dissect this, because when we hear him, it put me aback. Let me just play this. Yeah.
I shouldn't even be talking about this, because this is internal, simple housekeeping things. But these are the realities that go into ensuring that you have effective representation. And every government is afraid to touch it, because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. But because of that very reason, you have
Ratty, that statement the very beginning. The man claims him run the country well, but him admit it. Say the country not running well because the very same reason him not get good pay. So all the money where him say him spend and where him say him do, him a sub-zero. Now that him just said Ratty.
Yeah, that's an admission of guilt right there.
Him just said the country not running well because the money. A matter of fact, him finish it. Here, yeah.
Chosen to have an underpaid political class. How must they deliver?
That mean them not delivering. Yeah. How must they deliver? That mean them not delivering, Ratty. You see it? All right, here again.
It's what you choose. So when you go to the bar and you start to talk about how we're going to get our politicians to be more effective by giving them more resources to be effective, for which you can hold them to account.
That's a foolishness again, Ratty. Him said that them choose. That to no buy $5,000 for a vote to no buy. That them choose, Ratty.
No, it sounds to me like him say when you go to the bar, it sounds like him in at the bar.
That is it.
That's a bar talk.
This Jamaican to like them argument to
you know? But that is bar talk. We're talking about, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody who drunk. That not sound like somebody who logical. That not sound like a prime minister. That not sound like a prime minister, because him start say when you choose to have an underpaid, who choose to have an underpaid political class? Who choose that? Who choose that?
Matter of fact, nobody not choose. Buy vote.
What the people should have said to him is that, listen, we want to find out now. When was this something when we negotiate a salary with you and you decide to say you're going to perform a service and we're going to pay you a certain amount? Were we ever at that point? Because it's not the people determine the salary. The more committee will do that.
That is it.
It's not the people that vote and say, well, we'll go and vote and the people that vote to mean, but them don't vote in the salary. The salary is that's set by a completely separate entity. So when him say you choose, I don't understand what I'm talking about.
Him just like himself, Ratty. By the way, can you imagine if the people that choose them, that choose the doctor them that choose to pay themselves, the nurse them, the teacher them, the police them that choose and pay themselves. So I say, only if pay we good, we just tell them a whole lot pan these set of people who do the work. And give them 4 to 50%.
But follow the line of reason. What I'm trying to say is that we going to determine how much we get and who have to pay it. That's what I said to them, you know. And that's you talk about reality. That's the reality. People have no say night. I mean, as far as procedural.
Yes.
As far as procedures are concerned, the people have no say, because as a committee determine that, okay, we're going to pay the politicians them. It's not the people. It's not the people. So the committee are going to decide, okay, well, we're going to pay the people them this. We're going to pay the politicians this. And you people, you have no say in the matter, and you will have to pay them salary. Right? Is that where we're going to know?
It's where we're going to. Because you have some just say, you know, but at the reality, I'm talking, you know, this is OMT and this is what I believe in. You're there run bar. Because them like how they run bar when them look voting around where you drink. We see them do it. That's why me and politician couldn't be friends. Them don't know if you eat from morning, but you know, go drink something. Even go chop, go drink. So when you feel tips, you know, them tell you a bag of garbage and buy a vote and get a chicken wing, you know, and a 5. It bad man. I put them face on the food box.
Him never said, you notice when I said, oh, you know, why I'm choose bar, because when you do a bar and you drink, you forget your problems. You know, so when you sit down around the dinner table and you don't have no dinner.
Yes.
You know, this is where you must think about the big salary where you're gonna give me. Him not say that, you know. When you sit down on the dinner table and you can't eat dinner with your family, right? This is where you must think about. You know, say when your kids them come home and do homework and you realize the kid get the proper schooling and things. This is where you must think about the big salary where you give me. You know, say when you're driving your car mash up because you're not on a road or anything like that. Think about the big salary where you give me. Just give it to me. Right?
Yes.
You know, tell them that. Look, put the discussion in a situation where people not think clearly. You know, so when you have your church meetings and things like that, I don't know, having a little think about the money will not go pay me, you know, for start working, right?
Yes.
Because I never worked before. Well, guess what? No. You see, because he never worked before, he need to give back them money there.
Thank you.
So,
Bratty, me did wrong when I say my sub-zero. The sub-zero. Me did wrong, sir.
Nobody can't know, because your words come to pass. Nobody, and well, I know your words come to pass by way of confirmation from the man himself. From the man himself.
Thank you, people.
From the man himself.
Rest my case, you know. I mean, right today. Remember, I tell a liar too, you know, so I rest my case. So you rest my case. So what you say?
I mean, Him should be ashamed for make a statement like that. That is something you want to say privately. You know, want to say that and get none of the public. And you see what happened? Mainstream media not promoting this thing. Them not putting out that statement there. Them should play that every hour on the hour. Every hour and hour. Right after them finish play the commercials, them say, hey, listen, you hear the commercials about products and food and things like that. Well, we're gonna play. If we can't afford them, we're gonna play something for the listen from the Prime Minister. And maybe we don't understand why we can't afford them. Right? That should be the interest of mainstream media to educate the people. When you go say nonsense like this, that the reason why you're getting an inefficient government is because you're not paying enough money, and so now we're going to increase our wages, and you will make the payment, and then you will see an increase. Oh, so what happened to the 1.2 billion US dollars that Minister Chang say him have made a spend to increase the security architecture and all of that stuff? That no count. That no count.
Oh
no, that no count. That no count.
That 170 billion Jamaican. You know?
Yeah, no, that no count. That no count. No, it no count. It no count because remember, it no count because we never pay them. We never pay them enough money, so that no count. So what them want to say, give you a do over. We're gonna do over the whole thing. We're gonna give you the real salary now, and now we are gonna start work. Now we are gonna show now how we work. What kind of nonsense?
That means him does admit again. Said, well, somebody that say 100%. We are sub-zeros. Not just zero performance, some below that. So we just a sub-zero them cool, you know. Because hear them cool bad now. They might take the cash, you know. They might take the pay, you know. And I cut 2 ribbon, you know, I tell you about them, you know. But there are no performance. None. Even the one from in the ministry where you might think of perform. The one there. Any one of them one, yeah. The one from the minister. Him take with the water the beach them. When them still long, them get the water them. That means you as a Jamaican son of burn you up in a tropical country, you can't go beach where look secure together till they come off. And you say nobody in a color. It's like it's a slave den. Yeah, your police come and say, don't have our stories. What you mean by? Some of them tourists are some pedophile and rapists and them thing. They not through them buy a ticket and come down. They might think a joke and a joke me I make. A joke me I make? No. So, you know, about stories, you could enter your country right now, and then people are coming in, and them do something, your government are going to defend you. The government are going to defend me. Government defend the citizen of the country. No, sir, Garati.
Yes.
You couldn't come in as a visitor, and then when you look, they might come and rush me, you mad? They might roll you and fling you out as a visitor. No, sir, go. They might rush you.
So, all of the things them William say, before that the government achieved this and achieved that and achieved that. I mean, understand. So what would be for believe now? Because I'm saying the government inefficient and we need more money. So all of them, so all of them things that we that said them do. Me don't know if believe them actually happen then. Because if them happen, then I'm supposed to say because he made that say back then, you know, this government is the best government and we do this and we do this and we do that and we do that. And no, I'm saying no, the reason why the government not do none of them things is because we don't get the money to do all that. We don't get pay. Not even, if you notice something else,
Yes.
You notice him never said, we never get the resources for do what we need to do, you know.
No,
never said that. At the pier. At the pier, we never get the pier.
Remember, Nabati, for the first time in Jamaica history, they must say $1 trillion budget. And more than one, I must say 2. Yeah, because them have a supplementary thing with them going with, and them have one before that. $1 trillion. And them are proud of it too, you know. For we say no, but if you get $1 trillion, it's bad, you know. For we Ghana, so we don't have nothing. No, hear them. Yes, first time ever. If that was a next party, you'd hear them come down with a sledgehammer if they were in opposition. Not true, you think?
Here's the issue. Here's the issue I have with that. The issue I have with it is him never make a comparison. He never make a comparison with another party. The comparison is between them and them. Them now and them previously, right? Them 2016 up to now and them now going forward. That's why I make the comparison. He never have no common sense to say, make me compare to something else where the opposition party they do when them they did power, and then me can say so and so and so and so, and me deserve it or whatnot. Him just say, well, right now, boy, yeah, well, we did that before, we never pay away. And that's why we never do it. But no one want to pay because nobody are going to show how we are going to work. Now, the question me have is this. Do you think, Mr. Prime Minister, if you pay the Honorable Minister Favour Williams $1 billion Jamaican dollars a year, do you think you'll get more out of her? Do you think you'll get more out of her? Do you think you'll get more out of her? If you pay Minister Horace Chang $1 billion Jamaican dollars a year, do you think you'll get more out of him?
But they may get no time and just
and you can just go down the line. You can go down the line because what me I try to show me is that money not gonna make it any better. Money not gonna make it any better. It better if him did say, well, we need to pay the minister members of parliament a certain amount so that they're just like what the argument with them use for the judges.
Yes.
Him say we're paying them so that they'll be immune from certain influences in society. For example,
when those them say the judges them are criminal. You see when them use these words, and understand who run us are this, Maria them soon coming, but when R&R woke up, you don't know it, our words, them head scratch them. No, if you come make an admittance and say we pay them because that mean nobody can bribe them and thing, that mean you have judge one that take bribery. Them just come tell we, man, at 30 years, you have the FBI investigation and do them thing there. You are prone at this. If somebody come use that word right away, me I look upon them as some suspect. Even them to bribe judge. Them knows that the judge get take bribery.
Yeah, that reason. You know what happened? Look, nobody now say. I don't think you'll find one person who'll say, well, civil servants, including judges and parliamentarians, shouldn't get a wage increase. I don't think you're going to find anybody I will say they shouldn't. We're going to find people says that, well, we need to hold them to a performance standard. And if you're going to do it in stages, right? Do it in stages, and then do it in a period of time where people can understand. Don't do it suddenly. Not just come and say, okay, next month, this what happened. This is what gonna happen now. And then the PR will be retro to because remember they never get the money.
So retro. So
it's retro money them I get to.
So right now, him draw down for me there around 20 million, 20 because him get there. Can him do it 2022, 2023. Right. So the 2023 lot where him never get, him I get now one lump sum. Yeah, so him get the 20 odd million and him wife get around 16 or something, 13 plus other things. So around nearly 40 million, the two of them just collecting this month. Them alone, So it's a big money. No go that. Me see someone would have say, oh, me resign because him I get film lump sum too. Family save and things. So him doing just give them something. And no go that. Even when you have the opposition leader say, okay, me go want 20% of the 200% one at about 20. Because me now go amongst this. Keep the 200%. 20 I round it off for one while. I said 20% of this month. Okay. He might go and donate the rest. The reason why the Prime Minister do this, because he knows nobody now go vote for him the leader, but if him turn an opposition, him still have a big money. Them thing have to reverse.
Well, you see what happened now? And we have a talk with some friends of mine today.
Yes.
I have a huge problem with how the opposition address this issue. Because first of all, we had MP Julian Robinson. Apparently, I don't know if he knew about it. Some people say he did. Some people say
he never do. But some people I'm tell you why. I'm tell you why. I'm gonna play a bug life. Let me tell you what them do. Me see a sequence. Remember your FBI and I remember remember some man this with intelligence. Me see a sequence with bug life, the misinformation minister. You see, they can't see it. The first him come and say, but is the administration of it, so we are going to enforce it. With this, are the same thing him do. Because me what some other thing, but them say, listen, them say them are raise, but we never expect this because them never tell we. Them do things by themselves. You understand? Same like Mackenzie when them come with the paper, upon the day, them never know, so them are going to cancel the thing, Upon the day, I may see them make a walkout. And I said, no, I want to do this. But them use the majority and go on. Because them don't need them,
Right, but let me make an argument.
So when them wait where you come in there and let them knock you.
All right, let me make the argument here.
Yes.
If I put myself now in the chair of the opposition leader, right?
Yes.
And what I say is that if you're surprised by this, then come up and them say the first thing what I tell my people is that whenever if I'm not there and you hear something come up and it's the first time you hear about it, you don't make no commitment. In fact, you may want to oppose it and say, listen, I have to go back to my leadership, have a meeting, and then we'll rejoin you and then we'll discuss it. But the idea that you come up and kind of like, you kind of like, okay, all right, fine, no problem. When I express no objection, and then you come out with a statement almost like midnight, and then the idea that you're gonna take 20%, you take the whole thing, but you're not keep 20%.
No, them can't reach it. All right. So by default, because I'm at the government, so you have to get your pay. So them not gonna take it back. So you have to donate it then. Just say, listen to me. Me I come out because you can't. Them not gonna keep it.
Well, when me I go tell him, when you know what me would do then if me I him, we have said to the civil service workers and them whatever, we have set up a general fund. And what happens since we can't refuse the money because it all come now pay, all we're going to send all of the money to you. I wouldn't take a dime out of it because see, once you take a dime, it's almost like you're complicit now. I wouldn't take no money. I would have take zero. You'd have to call me sub-zero then, but me have to take zero.
No, man, we can't call it something because that principle.
I'm take zero and just set up the fund. I'm gonna put the money there. I'm gonna say, oh, you civil servants, you've been dealt a raw deal. You guys need this money. So the money inside us, so the union and everybody else decide on the most split.
Because what them say, and I like we so against a raise of pay, but no, you can't get up because the man can be about them see me if them go at 20%, because they might get like $1 million, and I might say then just give the people them book back. But I mean $1 million to 19 million. That show me off completely. Then $1 million to 16 million. Pan what them have. And then the GG now gonna 34 million. For doing what? Taxpayers money doing what?
Look, let me tell you something. When you lead a country and you cannot get the corruption body in that country, the Integrity Commission, to verify your statutory declaration, you don't deserve nothing.
No, go that. Him wife come out in at the same time and say, they want to cut a road. More hey, good evening, Sir Herb. Good evening. At you when I run out there, I will have the ends to you're running,
I hear you.
I should have go upstairs and get, well on them. You know what? Me have the report,
No, my go to see the report, brother.
Me have the report. Me have the report.
Which one is that? The 107 page?
No, not that one. Not the report for the Prime Minister's wife, where she tried to build the thing up there and commit all kinds of violations, where she took on the people and property, and there's no dust mitigation, no noise mitigation,
right?
Nothing. Yeah, me have the at some point in the thing, I will go upstairs and get it. But
no, you have to get it because there is no. No, but what me ask you now, I want to ask you something. No, this is the Prime Minister, but declare in 2019. Look how much money him declare 2019 for me, please. 2019 herb. Okay. 100 and something million, right? And that's a kidding money because you can't declare. But you declare asset like I'm and him wife, I forgot to tell you what. Them declare 100 million, right?
Yeah.
So in 2021, them not declare nothing. It can't verify. And now she have a 800 million project. That's a one. That means them people are billionaire, brother. Eh? How much money they clear? You see me answer right here?
Well, I'm going. Well, on. Somebody sent me something earlier. I look feed for you now.
Yes.
I'm going to send it to you. I don't know if you have it. You may have this one, yeah. Oh, hold on.
You have the declarations.
The 2019, the one of 2019, when 100 and something million, right? The Prime Minister. Anyway,
no, son, take a look on that. Me just send you something. You may want to mention that in the broadcast, yeah.
Yes, we have, man. Okay.
How much it costs per citizen for the salary for the leader? All
right. Yeah, because we want to do this. Yeah, can we talk about something on my breakdown, before? So this nice. So what we are saying now? In 2019, in the 100 and something million, but them declare, right?
Right. 2021,
them not declare, them can't verify. So from 2021 to now, See, I build something, them I build something now and it value $800 million project, Ratty. 800 million, Ratty, overcast, overrun, that over $1 billion, that, you know. Plus the house, the hill must value more than 500 million or something, you know. That means these people are billionaire in a Jamaican style. Coming from in a market just the other day and couldn't pay school loan. Couldn't pay the loan just the other day too. And never have nothing. And value over $1 billion. And no police, nobody now asks these questions. Eh? That's a one business place, Ratty. One.
Yeah, and like I mean I need to reinforce the point, reiterate the point that it is just shameful that the Prime Minister would have put himself in a position saying that he want to raise up here when him can't the Integrity Commission cannot verify the things that may even have. You think, look, with all the issues around him, you think he would have clear up them issues the first, clear up the issues with the ministries, clear up the issue with the population and take care of everybody, and then start to, okay, all right, fine, I'll take care of myself now. Because remember now, you know, this thing is about people service, you know, this government business, it's people service. It's not about your service. And like I said to you before, that compact with the people is saying, you vote for us, we go and we'll take care of your needs. It's not going inside, it's not about you vote for me, I go in there, I line my pockets, I take care of my family. And no, that's not it. That's a violation of it. And that's why the people need to be. Look, I'm hearing about voter apathy, that people kind of get turned off. People need to get turned on to this thing because the next election, you cannot, look, vote the issues. Don't vote a party. Vote the issues.
That is it.
Vote the issues.
That is it.
And hold people responsible.
You have to. You have to.
I wonder if them put term limit in the constitution. Yeah.
No, but it said from when?
No, I wonder if them going to put it because the Constitutional Reform Committee.
I understood it was being discussed, right? The term limit and the recall election. That's the two things that they promised.
You know, me to ask Mark for the door. Mark, if and when you turn the next Prime Minister, you need to reverse some of these things. You see, the Prime Minister pay a thing that when them even, you know, them go on retirement and whatever, and them get the same money, the country cannot afford these kind of things. So when a man push it up now and him leave Prime Ministership and go and they say you give him the same kind of money right now, it increases the same way. Him and a Prime Minister again. It unfair to the people then.
No,
that much of country.
Mark, me have one for Mark too. Mark, listen. And people, it's funny now. Some people accuse me of being PNP. Some people accuse me of JLP. I never vote in my life. I never vote in my life. Let Jamaica before I could even vote, but you don't know what happened. And like I said to them, I tell people, listen, when me left Jamaica, you know, I couldn't vote. I wasn't eligible to vote. I was too young. And when I come to America, I three things upon my mind when I come to America. Woman, football, and school. I just got upon my mind. Not necessarily in that order. Not necessarily in that order. But then, and that continue all the way, and then after a while, then it become work, right? And it's just recently me start take an interest in a Jamaica. I said take an interest. It's just recently me start take an interest and say, wait a minute, what's going on with my country? What's going on with my country? And then people start come to me, and then the government asks me to apply for the job. Right, as police commissioner. So but it's a good position for being, because when people can't pinhole you, when the mass can't pinhole you, it's a good idea because they might want to say, in my PNP, my JLP, my PNP. But what we are doing, we are burn out corruption and we are burn out inefficiency. Yeah. And so when I tell Mark is right. Yes. The other day, I said, boy, you know, I've met Mark, I've sat down with him, I've discussed issues with him. I respect him. I found him to be credible, honest, just a decent person, right? And him have people's interests at heart. But what I think is lacking, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't speak for the diaspora. This is just my personal opinion based on my interactions with the man. And I've interacted with JLP people that I found to be equally as credible as him. The thing about it is that I don't think Mark not have that strong spine. For say, okay, as a leader, this is what we're going to do. Have your meeting, have your the democratic principles where people voice their opinion, blah blah blah. But then you say, All right, me hear everybody now. This is where we are go. And everybody fall in line. You can't go as a leader and have people are cut behind you. You know, you say you'll take 20% out of the money and give the rest, and then you have people say, no more want the whole thing.
No,
And then
you can't do that. No, they must fall in line.
They must fall in
You can't say
line.
they want the whole thing.
Yo,
No.
Mark, look, Mark need to just put on the hammer and say, listen, me are the leader. Me are the leader.
Yeah.
And if you
And
have
them
to tell
say
us
that
I'm
you
the
know,
leader
work
the
with
next
them. So yeah, anything where you set, you set it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, likewise with the prime minister. Likewise with the prime minister, right?
Yeah.
Him are the leader, but then we have different people that said different things. The message just convoluted.
You were him
You
doing
don't know who to believe.
Yes. Now, I'm going to finish play film thing. Hey, me just pick up Ninja Man.
You need to
Yes.
play it back so Herb can listen when we go try to get the report. Herb,
Yeah.
y'all listen to some nonsense.
Yeah, remember play remember play it back, yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna print off the thing. I'm gonna print off the report.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You saw the Gleaner outline is 161 million the PM and his wife made when they declared in 2019, with 22 million in expenses.
Okay.
Liabilities rather.
So 161 million.
Yeah.
But in PA was 9 million and the other one like 6 or something, but they make 160 million.
Investments, including real estates, was over 125 million.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Hey, sister, you're
Greetings.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. Yes, man. Greetings, Herb. What's going on?
Hey,
Greetings to the audience, the listening audience, and I see Will is almost there.
No man is here. I'm just going to print out something.
Yes, I've been listening.
Yeah, man. So me play about this. Like a rat is I'm going to print out something. So I'm soon forward. But me play about this. Admittance to the Prime Minister. Right, Herb?
What happened, Herb?
Now you can listen in on this thing too, and I'll send you something right now that we're talking about.
Okay, all right, no worries. Yes.
Right. So you're here. Just listen to the Prime Minister and him admittance.
Okay.
Just listen to the admittance. Cause remember we always tell them say them a sub-zero, you know, and them a walk and cut 2 ribbon and attack 1 bag of foolishness. But listen what the Prime Minister say right here, so now. Listen here.
I shouldn't even be talking about this because this is internal, simple housekeeping things. But these are the realities that go into ensuring that you have effective representation. And every government is afraid to touch it because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. But because of that very reason.
Him just admit tell us the country not running well, don't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Word, you know.
But what reason is he given that he's underpaid?
Yeah, said true enough. I'm gonna finish it. Him said the country not run well. Remember them said them do the most, this and that, you know. This are out of the ass's mouth. Him just admitted said the country not running well. Not my word. Theme word. Because we don't tell them already, but theme word. Yeah? All right, hear this.
You have chosen to have an underpaid political class. How must they deliver?
How must they deliver? That means them not delivering. Not my word in the Prime Minister, your word. Continue. And all right. You hear him?
Yes.
How must they?
So what was he getting paid for before then?
So what we are paying for?
Exactly.
The country and
What he should be saying in that case is, I am prepared to resign and have a referendum on this right now.
Yes.
Saying.
The man just tell me say the country not running proper because he not getting paid. By the way, that was no problem with no one else. No, him come and show the basket. Him same can uplifting for poor people. Matter of fact, in a 2014, you know. You hear matter about underpaid? Look at. And I'm very hypocritical, you know, with it too, you know. So if I hold him by word, okay, if you don't hold him by word, he may trick people and get away, you know. Not around here, so. Okay, remember around here, so we just speak truth to power when a big friend. Look on your screen. This,
yes.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pay Parliament minimum wage.
By example.
Lead by example.
Example.
This is 2014. So what changed now? That means him never even want no more pay. He might tell you up the film pay for go cut and give minimum wage. So you say people not pay, you know, you want millions more.
Yeah.
Eh? So when does say so? As an opposition, they might tell you say, yo, we don't want the money, give me minimum wage. And we will lead by example. Input it up.
Yeah.
You have to hold them to account. You understand?
But gentlemen, but you know, this is my question that for Andrew Holness. He says the country is not being governed properly because, you know, they get what you pay for. So what could he not do with a $9 million salary that he's now going to do with a $24 million salary? That makes no sense, because it's not like a person, when you give a poor person money, they spend it. This is him getting an increase, means nothing to him. He's just getting an increase of millions of dollars. Yeah. So whatever he was getting paid $9 million, what did he do? What was the purpose of getting paid that $9 million?
I don't know. But him tell us them now, no go that. Him admit something again. But you just listen, you know, listen.
It's what you choose.
Oh.
So when you go to the bar and you start to talk about how we're going to get our politicians to be more effective by giving them more resources to be effective, for which you can hold them to account.
So, Balan, are the people them in the bar pay politician? Yes, we are pay them, but not directly, because them collect with tax money. And at them make the wages. So, instead of them go about talk and talk this, if them could have stayed the bar and talk this, why want to pay police good? Why want to pay the nurses them good? Why want to pay the teachers them good? Them hold up on these things. But he must blame the people them at Jamaica for pay them good. And if the tax pay politician and hold them accountable. That don't make no sense.
But Wayne, do you realize the minimum wage that he gave, it's not going to come into effect until June 1st, but his pay has already taken effect.
You know, some get retraction. What them call it?
The retroactive, yeah.
Okay, so him get that now. So him get 20 million plus him wife get around 16.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
He get 40 million just now.
Yeah.
This bad. Same with the judge.
It is bad.
One of them. Everybody get a lump sum of money. A big bag of money one time.
But Wayne, here's my argument. For that to be effective as of 1 April of 2022, that's when the new fiscal year started.
Yeah.
Right? Were they actually in discussions and made a decision prior to that?
No, you see what them do? Them come with this now. And but them have to put in 2022 and give a big sum because they want to pay it out. Like how you have Carl Wemnium, him just resign.
Carl Samuda.
Samuda, yeah.
So make sure they make a lump sum. And then when you look at mouthpiece where they tell us, say, him going to do it. And then him come and do it. And then they want to say, oh, him going to out. Him say, a mouthpiece, I'm going to write the script, you know, I say, oh, him say, him going to do 2.5 years, and then him going to throw it in. Me never hear the man say nothing like that. See? So these are the things where them do when them want space. You have two people in the Senate. By the way, when them resign, because you make space in the Senate, because him can't move them, you know. I must some package deal. So Mark can't move on the Senate and him can't move on the Senate on film side until election. You pick a clean slate. But when them step down, what that make a difference? And then this is not a shuffle cabinet. It's not a shuffle. That's not even a cabinet. It's not a shuffle cabinet, brothers and sisters. Can you hear this now? Him come up with this. Them two man they move. And you put in two other new one. That is not a shuffle. And two man the reason that a shuffle, brother. Crab the same place for him there. Bug life the same place for him there. Everybody hold along the same foot with them hold down.
Yep.
That is not a
So basically, the non-performers are still in place.
All of them right there and continuing. So I don't know what this.
The same people who claim that we're not paying them enough, right? Why didn't he just fire the whole cabinet and reassign,
including himself?
Yes, change responsibilities, right? It don't make sense what he's saying now.
Finish play him. I never finish that second. Finish play him. Yeah.
It is not going to happen by chance that they're going to be held account. I have to hold them to account. So when I call up the parliamentarians and say, why are you not at committee meetings? And then they tell me all of this. Boss, we don't have no room to meet. Boss, if I come, I just can't, I don't know where I'm going to stay.
So you tell me, so all of the years, them to come up to the 7 years, people are telling that I lie, I tell, because I talk to people and say, no, go, so them have places stay and everything. Plus, them get traveling and them get everything. So when I talk, no make no sense. When I talk, you say it no make no sense. It's stupid. And next thing again, him say, him have to hold them to account. Why him never hold Nassimo to and to account? Why him never hold the man they were from 2019, the the education minister, why never hold him to account?
Well, read.
One of them must step out of place to account. Why never hold him to account? Him say him have to hold him to account. That mean him no want hold him to account. Your sister no government now run, brother. Brothers and sisters, when the sister no government now run. When you see
but Wayne, when he holds them to account, who holds him accountable?
We don't know, but him no hold nobody accountable anyway.
Exactly. So but you know something, he doesn't have the moral ground on which to stand to do anything. He can talk all he wants, but he does not have the moral ground on which to stand to hold them accountable, because he himself has run afoul of many of the protocols that have been put in place, the guardrails put in place to protect the Jamaican people from corruption, from the political class in Jamaica. He has run afoul of it.
Look,
2021.
When the U.S. Embassy told him how many of his ministers lose their visas because of some corruption, who did he hold account?
No one.
Exactly.
And
because they are ministers still.
Yes, they're still in place.
By the way, put them on a pedestal.
Yes.
Including the woman and not the hammer.
And new position, new areas. Craziness,
It is crazy.
Yes, but
if he's gonna hold anybody to account, the first thing he needs to do is correct what's wrong with me, self.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And when you correct that and you demonstrate to them, look, I want to apologize to people in Jamaica. This money that I failed to declare and all the other monies, all the contracts that I pushed over to this gentleman who helped me with my investments, I need to come clean, right? And in doing so, pay up the back taxes or the money that you may owe, right? Because what he was doing is tax evasion when he invests overseas. And he said that there's nothing wrong with that. And him is the head of government. So what he's telling the rest of the party at that time was, you can take your money overseas and invest it. I'm not going to say anything. It's a lot of
He set the example.
Huh?
He sets the example.
He set the example. And that's what he was saying with that handle sign he was holding, that he lead by example.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's how you lead in. No wonder the rest of them can, starting with Wheatley and the missing barrels of oil, right? Starting with, the chicanery with the land sale in St. Anne. When the value of the land is 13 million USD, sell for 7 million. What happened to the 6 million? You declare one thing, but there's something else going on. And so all of these things, he has failed. And the problem is the Jamaican people stay so quiet. It's like off the hook. nobody is raising the red flag and nobody's protesting or making noise. This is what really, get to the diaspora. They want the diaspora to make noise. Or we gonna stay up here and make noise when you right there under the flag.
Because you see, them afraid of it. Well, tell you the truth, them afraid of the
They're
dictatorship.
they're afraid of retaliation.
Yeah. And another youth, them, the police, them when them put on a police to behave on themselves too. Because people have to fight for it. Behave on themselves. Make Google Gaga them go on, because when this change, the whole of them up there from Google Gaga and everybody in a commissioner rank there, so the whole of them for send home to the interests of Jamaican population, to the interests of the country, and them to get investigated, who go to prison, go to prison. Yeah? Because them get them politically aligned. And I go like the man said, yeah, them need to go home. If you have people to talk to them and talk to them straight, because there is no way. Me not see nobody investigate this, investigate that. You know, like how your police, it's separated from the government. No, I want that giant from the hip and to the head. Cause Google Gaga and Kanje Holness, them are Siamese twin, brother.
Yeah.
And sisters, them are Siamese twin. If they never go and protect everything, go on. Yeah, and it's wrong.
But in all of this, do you realize the Governor General got an increase of $30 to $34 million though?
Of course. And the taxpayers'
What
money.
for?
Where am I do? Me no know. Even the house where him there. The other times a man go back better your house, Can nobody not supposed to spend so much hundreds of millions for maintain that me no know where we are getting them money they find. We have the 34 million to do what?
For ceremonial position. Do you think that he's getting to live free in King's house? He's getting his light bill and everything paid. Light bill, phone bill, allowances, all of these things. He has a chauffeur-driven vehicle, right? What else? What does he need $34 million to do?
220
exactly.
US, that's better. If it's a 150 to 1, the 30, at 200,000, he might get more than the speaker of the house. The third in line that they took him to the president, and the vice president that he take over. He might get more than the speaker of the house in a US. This bad. It's terrible.
$226,000.
It's bad.
But you know something, whenever you use the American standard to you draw a parallel using the American standard, it really magnifies how bad the situation is in Jamaica,
Of course.
Because this is a much larger country with over 300 million people. You can drop Jamaica in Texas and still find
Texas
many times over, right?
Yeah,
you can drop Jamaica in Texas many times over. So when you use that parallel, it really shows the magnitude of the problem and how bad the situation is in Jamaica.
If you take per capita and put here right now to Mr. Biden pay. Remember, in a Brooklyn alone, Brooklyn have 3 million people. Brooklyn, me not talk the whole tri-state. Brooklyn, and over Jamaica, right? Brooklyn it have little more, in the more than with their Jamaica, but them count when they take the census. And you are telling me, say, him the pay where I get, Biden I get like 400. How much am I get? 400 and little, right? Like nearly
400 and something thousand, yes.
Yes, so nearly 70 million. And when you work out for him pay and him wife, they're far from a Biden again. Biden have the new hooks. Them have go on the world.
But and Wayne, and America is a developed country, It's a developed country, not a developing country or a third world country like Jamaica is.
Number one at the richest country, and
exactly.
And then look what him get to when you compare per capita, like what them say per capita with churches. Jamaica have the most church per square mile per capita, of course.
But you want something? The vice president of the United States salary is $255,000.
So in the near to the vice president right now.
Yes.
And the vice president is more powerful in the world politics
Him
than
not powerful
Andrew
at
Holness
all.
is in the world politics.
Yes, him
Right.
not powerful none at all.
But
Him
you have a lot
powerful.
more to deal with.
Him lie full. Full of
So
lie.
you see how disgraceful this thing really is?
Yeah,
It's
man.
disgraceful.
Yeah, man.
The majority leader. in
You
the
said the
Senate-
research, man. Don't tell me about wrong, brother. Just
Chuck-
you know your thing, man. Don't tell me about wrong, yeah? All right.
Chuck-
You know,
Chuck
we're gonna
Schumer-
do something like that, yeah?
Chuck
Okay.
Schumer is 193,000.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Chuck Schumer, the majority
Chuck
leader.
Schumer. Right. Yes, yes.
190,000.
And
Me
the,
know.
yeah, the minority leader. The Speaker of the House is 193,000.
Me tell the same I get more than them because him I go on if him get the 20th, him I go over. If him get
So
near,
my
him get
question
like
is-
that, him I get like that. But the
How
GG
much
get
back
more
to
than
them
him.
people?
The Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Him not touch 200,000 how long it there right there, so me know. You understand? You saw it bad?
Yep.
And the Speaker of the House powerful, you know.
Yes, because he's third in line
If something happen.
up to the president or the vice president. Yes.
Then the Speaker. And yes, still him now I get less. A matter of fact, the Speaker get less than the bank of Jamaica governor. A 30 million them get to. I pay 20 million we are playing, you know. Prove nothing at all with Jamaica, the bank of Jamaica go down there now, do not, you know. And them have some deputy government get 20 million. So that's how money
But Wayne, do you realize that the members of parliament in Jamaica are all multi-millionaires?
Of course. Some of them go in.
And the thing is not like, eh?
Some of them go in there with them one gagot. That's
No,
what
I'm not, exactly.
And then as
Exactly.
time, them a millionaire. Some of them
Yes, because-
yes.
Yeah, because Andrew Holness and his wife Juliet, you know, Andrew Holness and his wife Juliet or Juliet, whatever. Remember when they came into politics, they did not come from money, you know.
Nah.
And they did not come from money, yet here they are, practically billionaires.
Yeah.
Them
Well,
millionaire.
well, if I recall a statement Holness made all the way back maybe 2005,
Yes, he make a statement saying he couldn't find
he couldn't
$1,000.
find $1,000.
Yeah, because when the man do the investment, him say he couldn't find $1,000 for go put in there. He could not. And him did what? Him did what? The student loan.
Student loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this, him go in the back pocket, and then in a space of no time, boom, front of our eye, right in front of our eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Nobody invests in it.
I don't know.
Sure.
He might have hit the Jamaican lottery. Who knows? You know.
And but whenever you feel him call up, you can go look on that. Well, a lottery this politics a lottery.
Well,
Yeah.
But gentlemen, I must ask Herb. Herb, do you remember a few years ago when President Obama was in office, and I think it was after President Biden's son Bo passed,
right.
and he was talking about he
Want to sell him
said
house?
to President Obama that he was going to sell his house.
And Obama give some
You
money.
remember he was going to sell his house, and
Yeah,
President
man.
Obama said to him, "No, don't sell his house." Now, if Vice President Biden,
Yes.
who has been in politics
From
From-
40 years.
exactly,
I got 50
and
years.
his son passed,
His son,
and
as a
he
vice
was
president.
contemplating how he was going to manage the situation, and that was right. So look at it now compared to Jamaica
Yes.
with Andrew Holness, and tell me that what is happening in Jamaica with the political class paying themselves so much money is not a national disgrace.
Them lie and corrupted. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Makes no sense.
Them lie and corrupted, man.
And then trying to justify defend the indefensible. That further insults people's intelligence. Because what are you saying? The teachers, you say they must band their belly and take this money because they must do the job, not for the pay, but because they love the job.
Yeah, because and even the nurses, because
That's what they say. Do the job because you love the job, not because of the pay. And here you are compensating yourself through the roof after telling these public servants, these hard-working, selfless public servants, I mean, come on now. How do you justify that?
Look at this. Look at it. Just look on the screen. And we want you sick water, so. I say we can dry it down more. We dry it up more.
Christopher Tufton.
And look what him say.
Exactly.
You can't see it?
Exactly.
And
yes.
The nurse them
empathy.
Say,
yes.
yes.
And it's not about the money.
Put money in front of them. Because and the job, if you put the patient in them first, and if you should have come to the job. So him said this now, and then the Prime Minister said, "Where must say so?" Remember, play the last one, them and carrying back. Hear this now.
What are we talking about? If you take the entire political class of maybe less than 300 people,
300, less than 300.
I don't think their salaries come to, even 100, maybe a billion, probably a 1.5 billion.
You make it so almost.
Put all of them together. So I listen to the conversation. I want every Jamaican to understand that I listen. And we did this knowing that there would be political fallout. We did it. We know it's not political secret. It's not naivety or, lack of care or lack of respect. We know. But we couldn't continue to do it as it has been done for decades.
This is what them do,
Prime ministers before. And can you genuinely tell me that your circumstances have improved?
You hear him? So him had said the money, he said, for decades, this is what them do. Me I can't play bug life. When them go put on the thing from 12 years old to 0 to 12, you must carry them in your car unless you have car seat. Yeah? Him said, it did night before. Bug life and all of them gone out and said night before. But we are something like that. We are deal with it.
They're basically enforcing it. Yeah, they're basically enforcing it. Yes.
So, because them never deal with it. What them always do to the people. Remember the latest thing this, Not no come out of them mouth, different from this. When them admit to something. But when them say something, we don't believe in what them say. Bug life, nobody must believe in and not what them say. Big Mama, the same thing because they are propagandists. You understand? Them are propagandists. What them do, them just freak around things. Reverse psychology. So we know so them feel when them come and say you're saying like we are for light, If you know some of them lie and you say all kind of things you are going, when them talk where you do, run with what them say. Them are liars. Them terrible. And
but wait, he is talking about the salaries of his cap, the political class, less than 300 people, being between 1.5, 1.7 billion dollars. Do you realize that two people in that, himself and his wife, account for $30 million of that money? Just two people.
Million, yes.
Just two people. Now, how can you, and I want to ask a question of the women in Parliament. Where are they? What do they really have to say about all of this? Because it makes no sense. Normally they say when you have women in politics, they will make a difference and soften the blow to the, on the people. But this is not that case at all.
Well, I make Ratty come in with a case now. You say women are solving this. You know what kind of woman we want in our politics? We want about the mother them where take $1,000 when you look them have 10 youth and them go to school and them belly full. Me don't know how them do it. Yeah. What are them if you have vote for? Not true, Ratty. Well, now them mother they were supposed to have vote for Ratty.
Yeah, man.
Have $1,000, and it work. Hungry, Are them people that if you have vote for? Not them, not no Patacat. We don't vote for Patacat.
And those kids will grow up to be somebody.
All the time.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You remember this is the thing I was saying you talk about it yet? The one where them compare the UK, the US and Canada.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about it yet. We don't wait prior this. So.
Right.
Dry it up.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Yeah, they did a comparison of the UK, the US, Canada, and Jamaica. And those are supposedly first world countries. Well, not Jamaica. Jamaica is a third world country.
Yes.
They consider them developed countries, and some people consider Jamaica and are developing, and some people consider it underdeveloped. But in any event, they said that the UK, the GDP, gross domestic product, the money it costs for all of the services and goods in the country, right, is 3 trillion for the UK.
Trillion with that T. That's
Yeah.
3 trillion US.
Right. The Prime Minister's salary in US is 160,000. 160,000 is his
That
salary.
means less than what Andrew get right.
Right.
Them
And
have
them said,
nuclear too, by the way. Them have nuclear at UK.
and them said the
And them said,
population of the UK is 60
60
million.
million.
Right.
Plus.
And so when them add it up, them say it costs each citizen 3 cents towards the Prime Minister's salary.
Prime Minister's salary.
Yes. Yeah. Then go to the US, and them say the GDP of the US is 23 trillion, right? The president's salary is 400,000 US. The population is 340 million, and it costs each citizen 11 cents. Right? Canada is 2 trillion.
Yes.
The PM salary is 265,000. Population 38 million. Costs each citizen 7 cents.
39 pensions. Yes.
Right. Now we get to Jamaica. And I did with laugh. All of the ones I mentioned, you know, them for them GDP, not trillions of dollars.
In the US, you know,
US, yeah. Jamaica GDP is 15 billion.
Better billion, better be.
B, yes.
Yes.
Not
Not 100 billion, you know. Not
Right.
500, you know.
right.
Not 1
One
trillion,
time.
you know, US we are talking about.
Right. 15 billion.
Yeah.
Them said that the salary now for the prime minister as proposed is about 200,000. That's what them said. It's approximately that.
Yeah, approximately.
And them, the population is approximately 3 million. So them say it costs each citizen 67 cents. No, in Canada it costs 7 cents, USA 11 cents, UK 3 cents. But in a Jamaica, which is a developing country or a underdeveloped country, depending on your definition, costs them 67 cents. How taxpayers are going to pay for this?
We don't know. In the business about that, a matter of fact, me see them get somewhere in Europe now tax-free car come in with car them give them waivers tax-free. Me don't know who come up with the idea there, no. Nigel Clark and the government. But you have some people that try carrying some of the little thing that people can afford. We not give them the tax-free, not at all. But then I get who not friend them for 10 years.
You talk about the lease flat thing. I just want to make sure the Prime Minister's wife's $800 million project or something like that.
800 million. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you talk about it?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about it yet. Me wait
Okay, because I have some reports here, you know, that I think you might find interesting.
Yes.
I have a report here by Land Development and Planning Consultants. It's called a Design Assessment and Analysis Report. I have a letter from the Lease Flat Citizens Association to the CEO of the KSAC, or Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. And I have a letter. Oh, yeah, same one. Right. And I have a letter here. And here's what's interesting. I have a letter here from the Lease Flat Citizens Association.
Yes.
To whom? Guess who them send the letter to? Don't say another word. Don't say another word. I want to show you something. All right, that's all.
Yeah.
Centered, yes.
Let me see who them send the letter to. This was the association. I can't see the fine print so far through 4 hours.
Office of the Prime Minister.
Oh, but them can't do that.
Office of the Prime Minister.
It's an open letter to the Prime Minister above that.
Open letter. So yeah.
And look on the date.
Yeah.
Look on the date.
Yeah. April that look like?
August 20.
August
2020.
2016.
2020.
No, 2020.
2020, yes. Sorry, 2020, yes, 2020.
And look on who are the director to the company where I cause a problem.
Prime Minister wife. Me not see it. Can't see it.
Julius Holness MP.
Move to your right. Some more.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
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 PR thing. And when you read a report, I mean, you have to cry shame. It's the report, 17 pages, right? them find all kinds of issues, ranging from the fact that she use the people like she buy one plot of land. The people
One
might have
lot, yes.
and she buy one, but apparently them use the two of them to apply for some permits and some things. So there's problems. All I mean, let me read you some of the problems.
Read out some of the problem because
all right.
All
right. There's one bus stop up there.
Yeah, we know it.
And the man they move the bus stop and set up on them land. It's not on their land. They move the bus stop. It's the only bus stop up there. Serving citizens on
the bus stop the right there. So one bus stop.
They move that. No, here are some of the issues. You know how it go that for a certain them allocate a certain amount of residents for a certain amount of land. You can't have 100 people live on a one plot, right? And some of the problems them have them say significantly higher than allowed density, minimal parking space, exit road with obvious interference, minimal or absence of green space, lack of proper consideration for fire emergencies, no consultation with surrounding neighbors or with the community. Then it's go on and say there are problems with setbacks, parking, waste collection and disposal, environmental permits and traffic impact, sewage, amenities area, open space, fire hydrant, street lighting, water storage, and it just go on and on and on and on. And one of the things that they're asking about, they're saying, we want to know how she get them permits here.
Exactly.
Them say we don't know how she get the permits because she shouldn't get the permits based on the square footage of the land, right? One plot. She shouldn't get all of these permits to do all of them things. Then also there's no noise abatement. Because them say they might work on public holiday and on weekends. Wherever you're that, then there's dust control. Them don't have none of that, so the place dust up. Large vehicles entering and exiting the development, so people can't really park. Workers parking. It's. I mean, if you read this thing, and guess what? Based on what I'm being told, the Prime Minister didn't respond. This is 2020, and it just in a court last week. And they've been trying. They've been trying for years.
Because Lee's Flat is that place where we used to live on Lee's Flat, So I don't know it,
You know the place.
Come build on the front part there, so. And then me know that part of maybe that piece of land they will go on the right hand side. Maybe I eat. She knock off on them things. So me know the place good, man. Me tell them some other winning and like
but also Ratigan, isn't she infringing on the property of the other person that she bought the land from?
Right,
there was something about her.
And that's why they're saying that what they believe is that she like they have two plots, right? And she bought one.
Yes.
And what they're saying, what it would appear to me as what they're saying is that when she applied for the permit and all that stuff, she included their piece. So that's why she got the permit. But she up to now, she doesn't own that piece because people live on that piece.
Yeah.
People don't own it. But they're saying yes. So what they're saying is that it's either some shenanigans go on and she get the permits, or she use the second piece of property, convincing the authorities that she owns it, and so them tell her,
she don't own it because them can look on it.
Them can look on it. Them can look on the title and say she don't own it.
No. So not like when them say boom bam bam and then you have to write. This coming like how.
Here the report. So it says the main issue with the development is the treatment of the parcel lot 1, which is a private holding with a separate title. It would seem that the development metrics and approval conditions were predicated on lot 1 being a part of the overall development. So they use the two of them to get the permit when they only own one.
And them know them know.
Well, that's why them go back and say. That's why them go back and say they want to know why is it that
who owns lot 1? Did it say?
Lot 1 is
the
owned by a private owner.
The person she bought it from, a wife and husband, right?
Yeah. They own lot 1 and she owns, I think they sold her lot 2.
Oh.
But
yes.
Yeah, so now they're asking, well, how was she able to get the permit? How?
Them give her. Remember, said them these are what them do all the time, brother.
Yeah, and so them write a letter. Them write a letter to the Prime Minister.
That's why we have that in conflict of interest. Remember the biggest conflict of interest. Ratty, can you imagine the president right now, or the governor, anybody, I do them thing and then we look them wife, also MP too, I developed place for 800 million. Brought to that name. You never put no care where you do. You have to put that in a trust. Your husband, him a prime minister.
In a trust, yes, that she shouldn't be involved.
And conflict of interest and everything. Them and them corruption, what this name police involved, and people will get charged. Just that alone. And then the next thing again, that them get the money to do this, and this is just one project and enough them I do. People who are come from in a market, when I have the money, you have to question these things, brother. You understand? It's a question, man.
But you know something, Wayne?
Yes.
Like you say, it's a conflict of interest because they say that she's an accountant and a real estate developer. Right, okay, fine. But upon entering representational politics, shouldn't she have set aside her role in the company and fulfill her task as a member of parliament?
Yes. And even if she wasn't, our husband is a prime minister, so certain things that you can't.
So exactly, because it's still a conflict of interest.
I'm going to read you something from page 11, and this is very, very damning, and it's very concerning. And I have some very dear friends who live up in that area. In fact, one of them just reached out to me a while ago. They're aware of the problem. Here's what it's on page 11 of the design assessment and analysis report that was done on July 28, 2020. It says, concerning the provision for sewage, approvals were given for facilities as shown on the diagram. However, a subsequent site visit reveals a departure from what is shown on the diagram.
Okay.
Right? There seems to be only provision for an absorption pit and no evidence of biodigester, gravel filter bed, and chlorine chamber. Additionally, there may be concerns regarding the placement of the absorption pit in an area dominated by steep slope. Listen to this carefully now. Listen to this. Listen to this. The vibration resulting from the drilling, blasting, and extensive excavation work may cause fissures to open up in the underlying limestone. Raw sewage may seep through these fissures and in some instances may be evident downslope. There's also the potential for foul odor generated due to the possibility of sewage leaking through rock fissures. So you know what? The people who live below.
Yes.
A couple years from now, they might have some serious problems,
Problems, exactly.
Tell the next thing with that now, because when it's right there, right. So down for the foot of the hill where you come up, them have a thing where them pump the water from down there, the same water where right from there, them have a big pump, right? There's a pumping station. Maybe just go up. So if you go up on your right hand side, enough time to go over the part and them thing, the water commission have a pumping thing with them drill and pump the water from in there. So. Yeah. So if that get down in the water,
right.
Right. Yeah, man.
And this report is saying that there's a distinct possibility that it's going to happen, right? I mean, I'm going to get to this report. I'm going to get to this report and you read it. You're going to shake your head. I'm going to send the whole thing. I'm going to send the letter to the Prime Minister. And so far,
I blew it up, man. Why blow it up?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah?
So,
as a government, as a Prime Minister and your wife or a member of Parliament, you're not supposed to active like this. You're not supposed to see nobody with a water truck, And then you as a member of Parliament, like in a port, and I say, well, we spend 10 million per water to give people water, what's in the next 10 million? Them thing, where Integrity Commissioner do practice.
You know what? You raise a good point now, because this smacks of corruption. Yeah. Somebody should look into this. Somebody should be looking into this. How is it that I can sell you? I have 2 plots. I sell you 1 plot, right? But somehow when you apply for your permit, you put my plot and your plot so that you can get permits for a bigger building.
Yeah, and take my plot.
How is that possible? And how is that possible? And remember, no, she's not a first-time developer, I know. She's been doing this now for a while. So she knows about them. So why is it Integrity Commission must say asleep at the wheel, man?
Because they not say nothing.
They must say asleep at the wheel.
Yes.
If me can't get this, I'm Media America. Why is it that Integrity Commission can't get on them down the road?
And then look who that's what I tell you, I can't forget interest. Look who the people them have a right to. Where when him go home, him get drip up and bad up. Look who have a right. All right.
That's a good one, Wayne.
Don't
Yeah,
talk to me.
that's why the police can't go up there, you know, because you can't make the police that you are going to carry it out the road. Him can't talk in our own house. So when you write to him, what am I gonna say?
And you know what happened? Again, that's one of the reasons why we stick to facts, because people can't say it's hearsay. I mean, we have the report right here. We have the report.
But Ratty, if you Google it, you know, if you Google her name, it comes up. Everything comes up, you know.
But and next thing
Right
again,
now,
no,
given the situation when the salary increases, you Google their name. I mean, everything just comes up on the first page of Google.
Thing what bother me and no, we're gonna answer it the 800 million. So if you have a 800 million investment,
That's the project.
The project, that's a one project, you know, one. One. That means these couple of power couple, they are billionaires then. But 2009, no, because if you look on the house upside, most of them more than 500 million right now. So if you look on a project, you can put that up over $1 billion anyway. See? So them power couple of billionaires then.
Yeah.
Oh, them make these money. Oh. And then, by the way, you're not supposed to do them work right now when you are served. As it's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to sit down there and you have company. When you look, I have open new company and all I want to grab things.
No, but wait, she's an active member in our company still, you know, because she was at court testifying.
That's right.
She was at court, you know. So she's still an active member in our company, even though she's a member of parliament and the deputy speaker of the house, right?
Okay. So Ratty.
And our husband is the prime minister.
Let me ask you something. So Joe, go back. What the man where Mr. Biden's son name? The one right now where them are looking at him.
Hunter.
So Hunter now, them are looking at Hunter thing because they must say, hey, your father was that, you know, your father this, and you might have. So them are looking at fame thing now. This is you know, them take things straight. Remember, him and him father, but them are say, you did to your father, so maybe you get your outside and do favor and go make some money. So it happens that you have a member of parliament or a husband or a prime minister and show up their bill place. And you see the whole corruption around the thing. How this happen? Them a member, them a cabinet minister, and when you look them a bill hotel, them a bill this, them a bill that, them a invest in this. It's not supposed to happen.
And everybody must be bullying land management and the other people for permits. Parish Council, Kingston and St. Andrew people. Who did you bully down there? Who did you force to hand over permits to you? Right? What was the deal? That's what they should.
You remember who down there as they let me tell you who down there. Williams. I remember Williams listen. So when you get an order and say, listen me need this. And about me apply for nothing, then get things. As so Jamaica run. We just start as is. Jamaica run, the government in some place, some people and some place. We need that and we need that, yeah? And give me that around this and we need them around this. I saw it run. But these, and then you have no police to stop this. You know, have no, we call it integrity commission and commission.
No parliamentary committee. No parliament committee can.
Remember them same way, them override things. So then nobody to stop this. Then you have a step 5.
Want to Mocha look on this as an organized crime thing because
Mocha them a lap years. You can't have somebody and tell you want a real police force. This is a joke. Because that's what I say. You have a part of the police from politician. You're not supposed to have a crab. Out there when you look crime I go on and him talk about crime and him can make people get transferred. It's impossible. Even the police is a crab.
What on it? This is I get emotional I know, man.
Yeah, man, it's a crab, man. Coconut crab, man.
Stick up in, because we'll come back to this.
Yes.
Bullet Holness, land deal, and the permits and all of them things. And the people, all them are deprive the people, all them must ignore the people up on lease flats, right? We have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you something. No, last week Sunday, you show people are coming out of ceiling and
yes, exactly.
All right,
exactly.
I'm going to talk about, and we hear the wonderful speeches about the I left the document. We have another document I forgot for. Document the transformation. We have another document I have to release.
Transformation.
But What happened after that?
The man that Messi Rat big like blue whale. You see the place, no bathroom, nothing at all. The place popped down with them, say them spend 170 station. Remember them build a station for the crab 70 million, you know. With water, that a for crab, that a for land crab. Because that's in a station, that's in a water bed. You know, right. That's that going and come out. I know it now using people before the window, you know.
No, but what I know? Me ask you a question. Me ask a panel a question. Maria, Herb, Martin, answer me because we want to get everybody involved, but the people, when they call in a tuning point, but we want to know the exposition went from Thursday to Sunday.
Yes.
And it ended with this big highlight of a scenario, hostage rescue scenario. No, may I ask you, what happened after Sunday?
No, this happened after Sunday.
The salary increase.
No, man.
No, man. After Sunday, them not call some state of emergency.
Yeah, man.
Yes, they had it. Yes, the state of emergency. Exactly. Yes. The state of emergency.
It fall under the radar. It fall under the radar.
Yes, it did. True. Because the salary thing overtook all of that. Yes.
Three places. Can remember some killing they go on all over the place, you know.
So what to the man them fly out of the sky and the technology and all them things.
The ceiling with them and climb down.
And he could, but Ratty, he could hardly unbuckle his colleague.
Is that?
Yeah, I'm looking here. Ambassador Ward is saying if the Prime Minister's wife and Deputy Speaker of the House is doing this while the spotlight is on her, what might she have done when her situation was different? It's time to investigate past.
Valid point. Yeah, man. Valid point.
She is under the spotlight, and she is acting as if she's holier than thou. She is demanding and getting permits, right? She's bullying her way through the system because of who her husband is and who she is.
Yes, because I remember, you know, when you in a house with you are wear the pants, you're supposed to be the man, but you have other people that wear pants too, and you can't get chat. When they do the lock, you can't get up. Go sit down over there, so too, and don't even get up. Go in a corner. You have to go in a corner and get drape up. What you think? It might have sound weird, but it's a reality. Right? You're supposed to say the winner, you know all them things there. Or you know about the drape up and the slap up on them. You know what I can man.
I don't think Ambassador Ward want to comment on that one. It's too hard.
No, she bully her way to anything, you know. Him can't get talking, you know. I tell you, you know. Who knows no? Yeah, but it make no sense. You're right to the husband when the wife do this because he can't talk. And
no. Them say that crime, the murder rate went down. And then them have them exposition where them show all of the equipment and show the techniques and strategy and tactics and everything. And right after them do that, them say, well, we need a state of emergency.
Yes. The armor are carrying down and because killing, the motor killing.
And Montego Bay.
In a center now, where the police come and say, you know, so well, the murder rate, you know, we managed to come out the murder rate. We have 16 last year, but we have 25 or 26 now. That's why I said them to stop, run out. We're doing the ear down and talk to me. Stop talk to me. We don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from you to make the thing run and do the work. Because when them away from them, let me tell you why. Enough of the crime now going on in Jamaica. Enough man we used to do them things.
Run away.
Them
run away.
Them want a better life, so they run through the border. And it ease them. They must say, oh, we do this. Them not do nothing. Them are sub-zeros. Them are going like we don't know. So you have some genuine people who are runway too, so them runway in the lot too. So let's run back, but that not gonna keep them crime fair because you see it going up same way. So for them say, okay, you know what I'm do? I tell Panama and there is a people catch them and turn them back.
Yeah, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, one of my favorite subjects. Yeah. She made that send them back. Yeah, but you know, them not really want them back. Them don't really want them back.
But them send them over 2,000 back. And no gone, you know. Panama alone send back over 2,000, you know.
But them don't want them come back. Them just say that because of the politically correct thing.
Oh, you damaging the book. You know, say, oh God, but people them now, we could send home the Chinese and give them the work. Make them fix the road. We go train them up. I will do this. No, send them back because it will damage the book. The book already damaged. A matter of fact, going to damage the whole Jamaica. You talk about a book, eh? Then give her the book when them could have fly with, you know, and take a book like this and damage it. And I said the people them want to try run with and damage the book. Not themselves, you know. But because you have people dead, you have Jamaican dead, dying in over there. Just even last week. We don't hear the name. You notice the news that follow up these things? Because them are subhuman.
Oh,
Eh?
hold on there.
The media is missing in action. The people of Jamaica get very little support from their news media. The Observer, the Gleaner,
Them in pocket.
TVJ, all of them.
In
You
pocket.
need more investigative type reporting. You need more aggressive reporters to ask aggressive questions. And they're not doing that. Right?
Herb,
Yeah.
I want to ask you and Marian, man of the winner question. Last week, Jamaica had two significant international visitors. Not talk
Yes.
tourists, two.
Yes.
There are two.
Right. Yes.
They had one man here. They had one man here, James Cleverly, Secretary of State for the UK.
You get 22 million.
He never bring the money. Yeah, he bring the money. And then you have another one here,
£1
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres.
Right? You
No,
went him
yeah.
now come with film garbage, I promise money and wow for going to Haiti.
I hate it.
Garbage.
I hate the thing that. Yeah.
Film garbage, I hate the thing. And the other one bring like 4 billion Jamaican come.
No, them say them bring the
£22
money. Him say them bring the money for
for crime prevention and something else.
I don't want misquote him.
You know when I miss not around here, crime prevention and something else. Can I help with like the crime prevention and something else here?
It looks like a £22 million.
22 million pound, man. We not, man. We depend the head of the thing. 22 million pound, man.
Yeah.
And
Okay, it's done now.
15 million for crime prevention and something, and the next 7 million for do what. So you know, if it's a 190 pound, 4 billion Jamaican that.
Right. So, let me ask you something. Man in the win.
Yeah.
Renegade were not afraid. Let me ask you this. Do you have an accounting of the money that they received last year from the Vice President Kamala?
No, the
Harris?
31, that's the next 4, that's the next 4, nearly $5 billion. We don't know about it. Them not say nothing about it. Nothing.
You know if anybody who you have your ears to the ground.
I mean, yes, the ground, I mean, I
Yeah.
know where the money.
You know anybody who benefited from this?
No, not even one. I mean, yes, the ground. When they touch money, let me tell you this. We don't know what they missing up, like Sammy Mouth. We don't know where the money spent. Nobody no report how the money spent. We are telling the truth. We are telling the truth. We keep it level. Yeah? We don't know what the money spent. So the money they gone.
All right. Let me ask you another one. Maybe you know that money I spent. During COVID, Jamaica received $750 million in our loans. All that money.
We don't know where the money they gone either.
So all right, let me ask you. Which money we know where it gone? Because apparently we don't know where the money gone. So
Nothing.
Get some other grant, some other grant. And what them do, them line up around 15 people and 20 people and next, like a line with around 100 or 200 people and give them a look at 10 grand. Where the security guard at the time, because through the line people are push, in a line they make money, and one of them I give them the money. You have to give him 1,500 and then them get you the 10 grand out of the 10 grand. Where Jamaica people go through it and stuff like that. Then them come and say, no, well, we give them this. Which part of the place on the line up?
No, because you want
The thinking package.
Because you want
put the thing in it and give the people them. That's a joke.
You want know.
Yes.
Me have some really poor relatives and friends in Jamaica, you know.
Yes.
And some of that money they were coming, it come for vulnerable communities and business community. Well, my people maybe in the vulnerable community, them don't want to be.
Yes.
And I ask them, so not get none of them kind of money and things like that. Me not talk one household, you know. Me talk districts, you know. Plural.
Right.
Districts. I mean, I say, we not get none of the money where the man when them take. And them said, no, we not get nothing. We get nothing.
The man them take it. Them take it.
But remember now, you know, that 5% of Jamaica's GDP is lost to corruption.
Yeah.
So that's where the money is gone. 5% of a country's GDP is lost to corruption. And they're not doing anything about it.
All right. That's another question. All right, we know what issues are, and people come around way and tune in because sometimes them in Jamaica and them don't know what the issues are because of media blackout. So them really don't know, and some of them don't have access to a computer where them can go in and do some searches, right?
Yeah.
So basically them in the dark. So we give them the issues. What kind of solutions we are gonna give them, brother? What that?
I'm gonna read it where somebody does send it in.
Believe me, you people are the only investigative journalists. You don't have to keep fit. Family, if me see you belch, me concerned. Don't feel no way. Keep up the brilliant work. Enough respect and blessings. Okay.
Can we alone do this, you know? We know. Can we not do tabloid around here? And we are holding them account.
We do this, Wayne. We do this. And yet, you hear the Prime Minister get up and talk about the YouTubers. I mean, you know, really. It's not like he can talk. He can talk, you know. He can talk. Yeah, but that's all he can do, talk.
Yeah,
because that really means nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Talk.
Yeah, from him come and use the word, and we hear the word, you know, say, right away, you just declare something we're not supposed to declare.
Yeah, spending 3 hours and 4 hours is like, really get a life.
Yeah, man. We work like you, yeah, like thing around here in the UN, and I think of them alone work, so you touch one, you touch all. So you can't do that around here. You don't do it around here.
We're like NATO, right? We're like NATO.
Exactly.
Same thing. You know, you don't do it around here. Yeah?
No, but, you know, let me just throw this out. I mean, we're still going to get back to the Prime Minister's wife and the lease flat thing. We're not finished with that already. But
no,
let me ask you this. There was a call strike this past Friday. It's my understanding that about 150 people show up and the sun was blazing, right? And some people say, well, you know, it's just not worth it because nobody going to pay attention to you, and you know, because of the conditions, the weather conditions, and so on and so forth. What would you suggest to the people of Jamaica if you had to say, here is a solution to the problem? Here's something that you should do. Because we all know what the problems are. But here's something that you should do.
We're going to suggest something to you people. Stop talking about this.
Public sector workers need to stay home.
Yeah, that is it. So when something like this happens, we have to take drastic action, drastic measures. You can't, you know, skin teeth with the government and them thing that hold them accountable. And yes, I want to stand up as Jamaican, you know. Don't make them divide, you know, with no party and telling no foolishness. When the Prime Minister can't come and admit, say him now do nothing, him a sub-zero, him never do no work because we have to pay him bigger. That wasn't his talk in 2014 because I see him on the person and say, oh, we forget minimum wage, cut it to minimum wage. I'm a friend, he must say this now. That's why Mr. Me can't listen to the man, you know. In dangerous, you know. If there's a minimum wage, not even when I get the 9 million, you know, brother. It's a minimum wage, and we will lead by example. This is the example, brother. So you should.
Yes, do as I say. Wait, do as I say, but not as I do. So
when I tell them, we just want to know, say, the health system up, hurt on yourself, but you have to stay home. If you not come out in a job, don't send them to school and just shut down the place. I mean, you know what the best thing we want to do? Shut down a bank. One of the biggest bank down there, draw to the money. Who have the money, just dry it out, shut it down. So them know, no serious. I see one of the biggest places we do ICI because them not run no factories and going to work, you know. Them the things out there and carry stop by them product. Just one of them who have the biggest brand and something just know someone so not buy nothing because them have a big overhead. 1 month, 2 months, them lock down. Got the food that got spoiled from them are gonna lose billions of dollars. Don't buy nothing from them. Plant up on the side yard, man, on the backyard, man. Get serious, man.
Boy, yeah, but Ratigan, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, man.
In the putting together of this legal team, you know, to take on cases on the behalf of the Jamaican people, will they be able to take on something like this, given with Juliet Holness' situation, and then present their findings, or how would that work? Take her to court themselves, or present it to the Integrity Commission? How would that work?
It like Lonesome said, don't forget a lawsuit. What would happen is that anything having to do with the government that smacks of corruption, we're not gonna wait for the Integrity Commission, because right now they've been rendered toothless, right? Them can't bark, them can't bite, them can't run, them can't hide, them can't, because the government, you see what Warmington did to them the other day in Parliament, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Minister Warmington. This is when do to them the other day.
He stripped them.
Right. And the government came down hard on them. And if you go back and you look, and I have it right here, you know, like a friend, a dear friend of mine from up on the lease flat here just sent me a thing and said, one thing we like, we don't talk on the point, we don't come bring on the evidence, and we don't just talk, right? Yeah. And it's like something like this where you have a citizen in conflict with the government, right? Yeah. This is something that we will take on. This is something that we will take on. We're not waiting for Integrity Commission or MOC or CTAC or none of them people. We're just going to go ahead and do it, because basically it's civil action. You can always bring a civil action, right? But you can't. Yes. There's only the DPP can bring, and certain other agencies can bring criminal action. But you can bring. Then also what you can do is you can do the PR thing, and you can spread this like wildfire all over the globe.
Oh, so social media is doing a great job. Yes.
Yeah. So then you go to State Department, State Department, State Department, that building they don't pan away there. Hope Road or Whole Hope Road? Which one are away there pan?
Yeah, Hope Road, right?
Yeah, that building there, that building, that building is a warehouse for information. Them know everything what go on in a Jamaica.
But the sad thing is that the Integrity Commission has a group of people who are career people, bright people, who knows what they're doing. It's the government that has really cut their legs from underneath them.
You know what I'm sure do? Integrity Commission. What I'm sure do is try and get funding from another source. Try some
private sources. Private sources.
Get it out from under the government and make it an independent body that really represents the government on certain things. And similar to what Trevor Monroe's group, similar to that.
What may I say? When Integrity Commission should have do from a long time. You know, when them are come and the interference, them for come out to the public and start talk to them as a independent body, but you can't give a chat. So the public.
No, but remember, no, because by law, them can't talk about any investigation.
No, they cannot.
So when them interfere, you know, come out and say, yeah, the Prime Minister, you know, you must not interfere.
Oh, that's what I mean.
You interfere, and it's wrong, and we're glad that. So when you do these things,
or when they do a report,
we will deal with them.
But do a report. Put the report with all the facts, all their findings out to the public, and let the court of public opinion take care of it.
Yeah, but the thing is, when they complete the report, they have to take. They have a gag order. Them can't talk about it. They have to table it in Parliament first. And after Parliament, everybody gets it. So them can't. But there is
the government has done that to them. The government has cut their
argument, which is a credible argument. They say, look, when the police are investigating somebody and say we're investigating this person of interest, or we're investigating this one, whatever, it don't affect the investigation. So why can't we say it? And them say no.
Them say them investigate and Trump. We know about it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
In fact, when you announce it, you may get witnesses who you.
That's why we know politicians have something to hide, because if they don't announce it, and we know say investigate them. Remember we have files on top of files. You know? So when you call and you say, "Boy, me investigate," or Google, me I say, some gaga gaga files.
Right.
Me I investigate the crap. Me I say, see 2 coconut tree when they climb and go pick 2 coconut and see. You don't know nothing. It's bad.
you
But they still
you
can't
have
call
to
And when you
go.
have one second, and when you have a corruption prosecutor, right? And I've read the report now, so we can't talk about it. I have that report upstairs too. You have it upstairs too. I might have to go draw feet before the program done. But when you have a corruption prosecutor, go and say, I have enough evidence to charge them people here. And it wasn't the prime minister. I went to and read it. It wasn't the prime minister, right? Because she dealt with him separately. I think he was like number 4, but 1 and 2 different people in the ministry, right? I just said I have enough evidence to charge them people here, but because the case takes so long, they're probably gonna raise the abuse of processing. I mean, I said, wait a minute, hold on a second there, hold on a
She
second.
should not make that determination.
Exactly. The thing happened 2000 what? Between 2008 2010, somewhere around there, right? It did not come to the, remember now, Integrity Commission did not come into effect until 2018. The act that brought them right into existence is 2017. But the agency didn't start function until 2018. What happened in 2017? 2 things. The act was passed and Zara Burton exposed this thing. So they picked it up in 2018 and started on it. So from 2018, we finished up in 2022. So I don't understand what you say. Well, time passed, because if you have the evidence, what you worry about time? Because there's no statute of limitations in Jamaica for corruption. None. So you, as a prosecutor, you bring the case and you make them argument before a judge and make the judge determine. That's what you're supposed to do if you represent the people. That's what you do. But that not happen.
No, and then when we look now, may I try to show you the clique. Me see the Prime Minister coming in, and then me see a crab. And me see a Google guard. Ghana airport. And I like him bodyguard or something. When you look at them, go meet and I walk with. And then me young go, you don't through troubles are you. This it coming like you're mad people. This is stupidness.
Nonsense.
A country not running, you can't do that. Eh? Him going like him coming and talk about una as criminal and as we as international police.
This is why. This is exactly why we need
it's a joke, man.
to do deep dives on all of these people and look at all the connections, right?
Yes.
Look at phone calls. Look at the documents that have been
Bank records.
Look at the whole record, right? Because what you see in the report there, I'm sure Integrity Commission have a lot more that they have not interpreted as yet or don't plan to interpret, right? Because if all this information from way back was passed to them and they still don't say anything about it, the question is, when are they going to speak? And who's putting the lid on the investigation? Right? Who's bullying them? Right? Warmington shouldn't have the ability to bully them. And the Prime Minister can't bully them. But they are the ones who clearly pointed to the Prime Minister in bed with construction companies along with his wife. Right? And so when I said in the past that apparently, from all indications now, she's running things like how Dudus used to run it for the GLP party. He used to fund them construction projects. So where's all this money coming from to do these investments? And, you know, this is the key.
The Integrity Commission now asks. The police them now asks. I mean, I tell you what, me say anytime the shoes change, all of them police they will say them a commissioner from assistant with to DCP to Google Gaga. Do all of them to send home and you have to investigate them. None of them are the police. You understand? Them not do the will of policing. Them not. And if them that do it, them that come tell me now, them that identify to us who responsible for the court report. Remember, you know, Bailey, you come out, come say somebody going to get locked up. That's why I wait from last year. Me, June are coming now. By next year, we're not for June, the month, nigga. And I know nobody not get locked up. I know you know your name.
Hold on a second there.
You have 2 countries.
Hold on a second there. Remember right after that coke find, because there's no bus, they never catch nobody. Right? After that coke find, you remember what happened? The Prime Minister went to Parliament and said, we're going to Clifton to demolish the houses because criminal activity and criminal selling. Now the question more Yeah, what more ask the police? Yeah, it was a distraction. And what more ask the police now is, one ask them, okay, the prime minister said that criminals were operating in that area and sell land. Now we know that they arrested one person. We arrested one person who happens to be headmistress, or she works at some school. Yeah. No, who else? Who else? Because
no one else. They want 2 million bill. We're not hearing nothing about the case again.
Who else? Who else them arrest?
Nobody else.
But no, man, that's not right.
He come out the next day and said,
listen.
repeat. He come out the next day and said, I repeat. There is no squatters at Christian. I repeat. The man come out and talk to his strong. That's why I say people not care what him say. There is no way. Under my light, because I show this under my light. There is no way anything this man, anything come out of your mouth, Anjo, where you say number one, me now for light. You are bug life. You're misinformation.
Well, let me ask you, Jeffrey Tavares question. Come in here, man, listen. Let me ask you, Jeffrey Tavares. Are you saying to us tonight, Mr. Lonesome, that the Prime Minister is a liar?
If he might the latest thing in the universe, brother. That's not if and butter, maybe and nothing like that. He might the man, let me tell you this. The bread, listen, in the history of humankind, nobody no lie so. Nobody.
But our prime minister is a bright, religious,
lying.
What?
Lying.
Oh no.
Bright, religious, lying. Continue.
But if religious and you put lying inside it, like somehow the religious don't really count anymore.
Because in my fake religion, religious people that talk about religion that supposed to teach about love and them thing, the man. You now do this, man. The man lying, brother.
But Rain.
Yes.
Sorry, back to something Herb was talking about. Herb, if you do that deep dive as it relates to Juliet Holness situation and where this to find the source of that money, can that information be made public?
Turn on the mic, Herb.
Mute. Unmute.
Unmute.
Okay, investigators can use it as a lead to then follow the lead and know where they're going. You see what I'm saying? The question is, which investigator down there
McCracken
has the gumption to do it?
Who McCracken is that?
Why you need our justice organization.
Yes.
So they can do it on behalf of John Public, right?
And then with the information out there, the public will know exactly what is happening.
Yes.
And word of mouth,
So what Maria, what you would do is them call that intelligence, right? That would be intelligence.
Yes.
Because it would be vetted. And so you have that information, but you cannot use that in court. So like Herb said, you would use that as a lead. So now you have the information. Now you have to just go now and get it from legal sources. For example, I was informed by a very, very credible source in Jamaica that Minister Kamina Johnson Smith did not file. The person provided evidence that she didn't file, but I can't release that. So what do I do?
Exactly.
I go and I go through the access to information and say, please give me what you have on the minister, please.
That's it.
And then they oblige, right? They oblige.
Yeah.
But you use that as intelligence. So you have it in your pocket and you say, okay, I have this. Now you have to figure out a way how you're going to get it from legal sources, from sources who are authorized to give it to you. But apart from that, the dark web, I mean, there's tons and tons. People have to realize that what we call the internet is one of my analysts told me at the time that it was only like about 5% of what we consider to be the internet. Just that 95% of it is something else. It's the dark web.
Yeah,
and you can't find anything there. Yeah. And this was years ago. She told me this.
Yeah, man. When you put it in a go away, I'll wait think it gone,
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
Let them keep deleting because you have software will just reverse.
Them not gone. We don't want to go in there to frighten them. We have the idea of the thing, but we don't want to go in there, come in and fight nobody, because they say, and start mash up and do all kind of things.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Is the one stuff getting on the dark web. I mean, there's very little you can hide. Very little you can hide. Because once you start use a computer or you start use a phone or something, and that is where most people communicate and do transactions these days. You can't hide it. You can't hide it.
And they're really intertwined. So it's
and when you hit delete, it just delete it. It delete it from your device.
Off your phone, but it is still there. Yes.
Yeah, but hey, I tell you, they have a unit called CART unit, computer something retrieval unit at the FBI, and I've seen the stuff for them guys. It's amazing when you mash up your hard drive and stuff like that, and them guys they get it.
They can put it back together, man. But you know, fight them, you know. I'll fire them and I'll put on 2 of them, you know.
No, because you know the thing. You know why I asked, Wayne. You know why I asked is that there seems to be a free for all in the government right now, where they just do what they please and nobody can say anything. And when anybody says anything, then they come up with this bully tactics as if to say, you know, you people on the YouTube doing this, so as if to say, no, them saying that somebody's going to be held down. So they need to understand that there's information out there that we can use to hold you accountable. So stop playing.
Listen. The day is coming, and that's why I mean so much, you know. I just talked to the. By the way, hold on there. Let's take a look on this. Up your documents, we have ruined it.
We need a brother.
I look on that, you know. You see that?
Yes.
Yes.
You see that? And hold on there. See that?
Yeah.
Are the documents this, you know?
Good
Documents this. Filing is a few days from now. Filing is a few days from now. So all of the people who have them the $100 and the $1,000 and the $5,000 and the $10,000, what them want US, what them want the contribution. It's there. In a few days. In a few days. And you say when that happens, you hear about the deep dive Herbert talk about.
Well,
yeah.
Be careful. No, hey, Ratty. Them sitting and watch me now, so they must say, you see them.
Everybody running scared.
But they should, because what is going on in Jamaica not going on in hell, because they're not going to put up with it. I mean, seriously speaking, it's horrible. It's horrible. And the thing is, the masses are suffering.
Yeah.
They cannot send their children to school. They cannot go to the hospital. Police don't have any don't have any radio cars. They don't have the tools that they need to make their jobs effective. How can a country run like that?
So Ratty does tell us something now. So them now have the gears and them now have the car. Police are telling us them use a taxi with them ticket a man. I mean I tell the police. If me don't run taxi, I ticket me, I can't come to my car, so me if you can't upon the car.
Exactly.
I number one, you give me a ticket. So you mean I carry you for a walk. So the man, they are good art, man. Right? Him say him have a ticket the man, but yesterday the man have a camp and currency, which is very dangerous. 4 man there with gun now, you come up there. Them if you are police and them shoot up your car. Me not go drive them. It's dangerous. But this the government I say them spend much money. Me see a crap run out and I say, we spend the most money in the history. Where the money gone, brother?
Well, if you're gonna recap, from the time they ordered those cars from O'Brien, they never confirm if they get all their money back. Right? From the time they say 8 million barrels of oil missing, they come down to 500,000.
500 million.
Back, right? Every time they report something or they relieve a minister of government from missing funds, you have missing funds, millions of dollars in education missing, and then now get the money back, right? So who do you go to get the money back?
I ask yourself this: how much of them minister there gone to prison? I one alone, me see them say is a fake charge, and right now my back court and say, hey, The man not supposed to arrest me because me and him go school. Backside. This a joke. So if you know a man that you're police, you're supposed to arrest him because you know him. That means the police them in the area where the people them know and talk to no. You're not supposed to arrest them neither, arrest them because them know no. Them just
answer this. If when a police man commandeer a taxi to take him to a crime scene and somehow there's an accident or the driver, the owner of that vehicle get injured or killed, is the government liable for that?
Nah, them not get nothing. A matter of fact, let me answer you better than that. In a Jamaica, when you have a car and you insure it comprehensive, if something happens to it, you have to fix it. Now my brethren in part-time car knock off him have to do a nose cut. Him have to pay for it. You have to wait till 2 years before, and you have to do your investigation too, you know, and send go give them, then send out a little bogus. And then I find somebody went up their vehicle, and you went up in something, and they say ambulance chaser come and you get a vehicle, and them carry you hospital, and them look for you and make sure everything all right, and you get free up same time. And I say it work at Jamaica. Ungo way it works up when you're like bored. Like him drive fast and him crash, you see him a smile with a $16 million check. Some big guys, them do it in about for the big boys. For you, it's too loud at Jamaica. Ask anybody when me talk about them is a nasty sticker to you know. The insurance company them you know. Because them don't pay out. So them not give back a vehicle and say, hey, you have to drive. You have to find your own money. You have one vehicle. And you have to pay somebody when the vehicle right off. You have to go and walk and take bus and do what you do. So till them ready, 2-3 years or something. If you can't fix back, if you never have, you have to fix it first and then they give it back. And them do it, you know. They not give nothing for drive neither. Uncle the big boys, them do that too. So it's a rip-off, it don't make sense even pay even that neither. In Jamaica, it's a straight rip-off. The poor people them suffer. I mean, I know why they want be in politics like this with a con artist like Andrew. I'm an artist, but a con artist. Andrew the lightest thing on earth. Next to Bug Life, misinformation minister. Because what them do, them throw things around. That will stop. We have to hold them accountable. Him to stop it. Remember, you know, him say my work, you know. You hear me play the tape. Him say my work now, brother. Him said the reason people. Remember just play about the tape again, yeah, man. Andrew, I have to play you know, because I mean,
let me ask Ratty a quick question. Ratty,
yes.
did they indicate in the commission report to Parliament what information from the Prime Minister they could not validate?
No, because here's what happened. That report, what them do, they put out for the leader of the opposition and the Prime Minister, they put out summaries. Just for those two, they put out, not everybody, but just for those two, they put out summaries. But they don't tell you what they can't validate. They just say that they cannot validate. You know, and the summary, right? The summary doesn't contain the each item. It doesn't contain each item that they're having issues with. But Jamaica's so small. Jamaica is such a small place. And you tell me, say, 2 years you can't verify something so the man say him have and we him not have, and you can't verify that not 2 years. And by the way, if him say him own things overseas, it's very easy. You just go up to the U.S. Embassy. If him own stuff in the U.S., you just go up to the U.S. Embassy and ask the FBI or Homeland Security or whatever, them cut a lead, and in about a week, 2 weeks, you get back your answer right away. Especially something of this magnitude. So I don't understand why the Integrity Commission are weird. And I've said it before. The right, hold on. I'm in documents again. See, let me show you something. I'm glad you asked me that question there. Hold on there. Give me, no. Hold on there. See, hold on there. Hold on there. You have to try to someone. With them say, if you turn in a wrong report, which it would appear at this point in time that it's a bad report, him sending it after 2 years, it have to be bad. If you can't verify it, if you cannot verify it within 2 years,
then you should be charged.
Yeah. With that, hold on it. Just give me 1 second there. Give me 1 second there. Me have it here, man. Because we want the people. See here. This is the Integrity Commission. Look on the blue part. Me no adept at technology like loan so that's why me can't pull up nothing for the oh what are they? Oh, you can't see it. Oh, it's white. No, it can't. Yeah, because the blue thing upon it. But all somebody have to do is look at Section 43. Section 43 gives the Integrity Commission the power to arrest him because them say what you have given us is of knowing you have known to make a false statement. Yeah, false statement. When you hear them say them can't verify it means, brethren, that it's false. Yeah. That's what that means. That in a freedom language, them say we cannot verify. 2 years you can't verify it. 2 years you can't verify it. No, man, something wrong. So all them have to do, what them need to do is just bring him up on the charges. That's all them need to do, you know. No, you say them have somebody like me and you and Mary and Herb. You know, so we're not kin teeth. We are keep our teeth. Right away the charge them file. Yeah. Right away the charge them file. Right away the charge them file. Yeah. And then no, him have to get him liar now and come and no way you don't know. You force him now to come and tell you the truth. You force him now to come and tell you the truth. But for two, and think about it, the unlimited gall of this prime minister that him can't even get him statutory declaration verified, and then him going to turn around and say, "Oh, you're not paying me enough for the work that I am going to do." Yeah. Him say the work I'm doing right now, you're not paying me enough, so I can't count that. The work I plan to do for no, you have to pay me more.
You have to play back again because that are people they are listening.
Play back again.
You have to play back again. Remember, you know, the man said, "Oh, him are the best, him do this and that." Remember. This has come from the Prime Minister mouth just now. Can just admit it to everything, right?
Hold up the sign again, Wayne. Hold up the 2014 sign too.
Now I'll do it too. Hear this.
These are I shouldn't even be talking about this because this is internal, simple housekeeping thing.
Simple.
But these are the realities.
Oh.
Well, stop it. Wim just don't say this is a simple housekeeping matter.
Yeah. Simple housekeeping. And then him say it at the reality.
What do you mean by simple housekeeping matter?
In a
that means that the people of Jamaica that are not for them business.
No,
it's simple housekeeping matter. Simple housekeeping matter.
Yes.
I want the people might listen to this, you know.
And then I say it at the reality now. So I listen in reality now.
Give me the reality. Give me the reality
now.
Ensuring that you have effective representation. And every government is afraid to touch it because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. But because of that very reason.
Whoa.
Because of me done. Me done. You can't tell me nothing. Come chat tomorrow now, the country run well. You are sub-zero, brother. You remember you asked me who I work, brother? Let me play him back again. Remember, you know,
that's precisely the reason why the country now run right, because they're not getting enough money.
Right.
The man has sub-zero.
That's stunning.
Yeah.
The man sub-zero. Let me try to talk back. Peter.
Ensuring that you have effective representation. And every government is afraid to touch it because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it.
Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. But because of that very reason.
So you're right. It just admits that the country is not running well.
Yeah. Because of the very reason, the money reason.
Right. Yeah.
The thing is that service to your country. Because you want your kids, them and grandkids, them all right. That's why I want to say people CV. I wonder if them understand what I say. The rest of me is a shorter thing, you know. When you go in a CD, go in depth and look back down in your life and everything, you know. That's why I say CV, you know. More and them look it up and them think a joke I make. More I see a CV, more I see them successful, them coming. I don't want to see some hungry belly people where I beat people and them woman in them neck with cheer. When I have nothing, but they still them each up in a parliament. But police if you have sexy and all kind of things you got join. But them are parliamentarians, them just sit down and tell you one bag of garbage, them never know what them do. And you are listening to them, or you ever met Jackass lead you. It's bad. It's bad. But he might tell you the country not run well because we're not PM, because they not get the money. Yes,
hold on there. Something just hit me. You know what? Them should I really charge a prime minister for that statement, you know?
Of course.
Yeah, them shall really charge him because here's if you listen to him say carefully,
That he
Wema
must
says that
sabotage the country.
Wema says that me not do no work till then time when you pay me.
Yeah.
But that is not the oath. That is not the oath. That's not the oath him take.
No.
This is a violation of his oath of office.
Yes.
This is a violation of his oath of office.
You want to play it back? Because I him says, if I come and sign him say it. Because them dangerous, you know. He want bug life.
He must say
AI.
He must say AI. He must say AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not about AI yet. No, not about digital. No, not about AI yet. Yeah.
And every government is afraid to touch it because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it.
You might go on mad now, yeah.
Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. But because of that very reason, you have chosen to have an underpaid political class. How must they deliver?
Almost they deliver. That are the kill blow. So tell it now, and I'm ask you almost they deliver. So we are saying then, me deliver service, but you not pay me. Me not run the country well. Him just tell you so him could come and say I run the country well and what him do.
Now,
I mean, I waste some money, but money gone.
If every Jamaican adapted that attitude, regardless of who they are and where they work,
yes,
right? Can you imagine? Jamaica would never move forward. You know, and this coming from your prime minister. He's been underpaid and he can't perform to the level you need to perform because he was underpaid.
And tell me why I don't know. Yeah, the performance of the people. When them go up there, you know, remember, you know, them go to, you know, you vote in a prime minister for oversee, but you have secretaries, right? Permanent secretaries, and you have people who are work. But at them, to make sure, the finance minister make sure the money are run, that the country can run, that the ministry can run, that this can run. What them do, them seize up and them pay themselves. Them not pay the teacher, them while do the work. I remember tell the teacher before anything else, because nurse, them have to get teaching. Them not just get up and be a nurse. Not even the judge, not even the doctor, not even the police. But them put the teacher them last. And I may tell you, them put them last. No care where you, and don't look on the basic school teacher either. Don't look on them because that's where you start learning from. Right down there. So now look on them and deal with them like them and nobody. Because and you look on a university professor and say, yes, him and the man. No. If you not start from your suck, I want to look back way upon things most of the time, you know. Zane? You understand? These kind of talking, you just say something right here and it knock, it connect. Them for charge him for him speech, man.
Them for charge him for dereliction of duty because you know what him says just say. What him just don't say no. Listen to him. Listen to what the man just done say. What him saying is that essentially must say, I have the ability to run the country now, but I'm not running it until you give me more money.
Give more money. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying now.
He admitted so all of the 7 years, it not run well.
You have something, you know, have nothing well when him with that swearing and not like that.
Yeah, someone have it, man. He got play. Yeah, someone.
Find something which part him say, boy, I'm not gonna do him get swearing for uphold the constitution and not like and everything like that. And him mention nothing about money. Tight in for me now, please.
All right. You know, I play him speech.
Tight in with anything. Tight in with anything when him say the opposite. Just tight in with anything.
Let me just play him speech first and then I draw for the swearing. Let me make him tell you, all right, I play that speech with him first. Okay, remember, I mean this, you know, I drop the thing them fast and the Prime Minister, Andrew, all right. We could drop something for you, Andrew. That's a request something, so I drop something. You remember when they went in 2020, right? You know, the swearing in still and them tell us that them are hide things and them things there, you know. But this is 2020. When them are coming. Just listen to that speech. Want to listen to that speech. Deadman Mackenzie, no?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Desmond.
Wait, am I lady that in the back there?
So,
Good evening, Jamaica.
There you go.
First, let me say thanks to the Almighty for sparing us and for guarding us with his mighty hand.
can you imagine when you hear the devil if you tell the Almighty, mighty, then you know, the devil. That's a thanks to the Almighty. Bro, devil.
We went into an election with the backdrop of a pandemic. and you will notice that I'm speaking to you while still wearing my mask, as a symbol that we are still under serious threat of the pandemic. By and large, I think most Jamaicans tried to abide by the protocols. I want to give the assurance to Jamaicans tonight that your government will continue its effective management of the COVID pandemic to keep you safe and to protect your livelihoods. No doubt.
What if I have to pause it there? So this is after him open it up because at 3,000 people gone home, you know, because of him and the election when keep. He must say they might continue to keep you safe, but they never keep him just open it up. If you run an election, then him say might continue to keep you safe.
When we have the local election at the same time, we will have the general.
Then I got me asked to man. All right, what's this?
We are entering into a new phase of the pandemic, an inevitable phase of the pandemic, and that will require a new strategy of management. But whatever we do, you can rest assured that we will keep you safe, we will keep our frontline workers safe, we will make the necessary allocations in our budget so that you can be cushioned and cope with the...
And all of the money where him get, nobody no keep safe, you know. I pay 200,000 for mask, you know. I remember said the money where him say cushion, we don't know where it gone, you know. But the speech make. Because foreign donors, you see the speech I make like this. You see it? All right.
Economic fallout that accompanies the pandemic. Tonight, the victor is the people of Jamaica. You came out in your hundreds of thousands and you participated in the solemn process of democracy. You voted. You expressed yourself through the ballot. There is indeed cause for celebration, but there is also, I would believe, significant cause for consideration. There are many Jamaicans who did not participate. There are many Jamaicans who, for fear of the virus, decided not to come to the polls. But there are also many Jamaicans.
Him know that's why I'm calling it. He said I'm afraid to come to the poll. Him know. The one them pay $5,000 they may come. That's why I'm listening.
Who, for
They
other
never
reasons,
mentioned that though.
apathy, frustration with the process, decided not to participate. So even though we have this overwhelming majority and the people have given us the mandate that we require,
20%
we
give
are
them mandate.
still considerate of those Jamaicans who still look on with some suspicion, some concern, some apathy on the political process. So we are very cautious in our approach to receiving this overwhelming majority. It must never be that the government that emerges from this victory takes on any characteristics of arrogance,
Huh?
of inhumility.
Huh?
It must never be that the government that emerges from this victory takes the people for granted
Huh?
in any way.
Me tell you, say, I can't more kick a girl well, you know. You hear what I'm just saying, come on.
Adequate description.
I feel one description I'm talking about, you know. You hear that, Tati?
Mere man.
No, man, I have to take it up a little bit and run it back, little and then continue. Hold on.
It must never be that the government that emerges from this victory takes the people for granted in any way. As I stand here tonight, I am obviously happy to have won, but I want to assure all of you that I do carry this burden with great consideration of the expectations of not just those who elected us, but those who are looking on us for future decision as to whether or not they will participate in the process. And I want to say to those persons who didn't participate this time that we, as a new government with a mandate that is indisputable, that we will conduct ourselves in a way that will make you proud as well. And
he might conduct himself in a way to make we proud. You hear what I'm just saying?
And he say he has a mandate too, with
And him say him have a mandate, okay.
ourselves in a
20%
way
of the
that
vote.
will make you proud as well.
Proud.
And make you want to participate
Oh.
the next time around. I raised this in my acceptance, and I don't call this a victory speech, because with such a large mandate, it brings a whole new dynamic as to how we manage government. In our last government, the narrative of corruption dogged us, and it is not something that we can hide away from. And I want to be clear, because there are many persons who will now be assuming state authority, who may not have the understanding as to how that authority should be used. They will know clearly that this government does not stand for corruption.
What? From the wife, go right back. I say corruption door. You hear what I'm just saying? All right, finishing.
We have, as a country, managed to come to consensus on fiscal matters, on monetary policy. There is an evolving consensus on crime and violence, national security. We have a consensus developing around growth policy. But there must now be a clear consensus, strong position on anti-corruption. The mandate is also a victory for conscientious and thoughtful policy.
Oh, yeah?
We saw manifestos being presented that were poles apart in terms of their content and structure. The manifesto that won is a manifesto that was realistic, the manifesto that was doable. And what it says to me is that the Jamaican politics, the Jamaican people are maturing in their outlook. They understand that populist policies.
Him say populist policies, remember 21%. So nobody no come out, come vote. And you have said the popular, you have 79% no look
Yeah,
fine.
the mandate.
And you have said the manifesto put apart. You come with a liar manifesto. What you do after your manifesto, sir? It don't make no sense. But go and continue.
Can have a destructive impact on the national good. So, in that regard, Jamaica has won. We have had a very, by and large, a peaceful election, an election that can be emulated by other countries, and we must all cherish our democracy.
But if you have an election, you're a politician and you get 21%, you don't want Herb, you don't want to emulate this from we get 21% too?
No, sir.
So what I'm saying, you want to emulate it by other country? You hear this? In a pandemic, you want to emulate this? But my thought don't make no sense, you know. Go and play.
I want to acknowledge the PNP and Dr. Peter Phillips. Tonight, I received a call from Dr. Phillips conceding and congratulating. And I thought that was very sportsmanlike and very dignified, and really reflects well on our politics. And I too obviously commended him on putting up a good fight. As I said today in an interview, politics can be like gladiator sport. But after it is finished, we must all try to be good sportsmen and sportswomen. And for good reason. The task ahead of us is not just for the Jamaica Labour Party. The task ahead of us is for all of us, including the PNP. And so tonight I also appeal to PNP supporters. Do not feel dejected. Join us in celebrating Jamaica's victory.
Victory for Jamaica, not for the JLP.
You will have a very important role to play in Jamaica's stronger recovery. And I am clear that there should not be any victimization, any retribution.
What do you mean by that, Ratty? You do a little and get a 21. What do you mean by retribution? That's about to the people them know, no victimize. What do you mean by this too? For one little election like people are idiot. Any retribution? Yeah.
You will have a very important role to play in Jamaica's stronger recovery. And I am clear that there should not be any victimization, any retribution, any malice in how we move forward as a government. We must embrace everyone. We need everyone on board for Jamaica to recover stronger. As I close, I want to thank my family, my wife Juliet, who is still in our constituency. I brought my younger son with me for him to get some insights into politics.
Oh.
I want to thank the campaign team. You would have heard from Babsy and from Desmond and Nigel. But I want to have a special commendation for Kamina. I want to thank the officers of the party, chairman, deputy chairman, and our very
we have 8 days left, man.
Ratty, best friend.
Yeah, man. 8 days left. Full meet up with her. 8 days left.
Ratty, you hear them speech, though?
Yeah.
They pull away and that, and I be a crap in talk, Nothing with him talk. Well, you know, no retribution. Well, that must be going on a speech, brother.
Well,
you start something, sometimes I wonder, what, number one, certain thing that you come out of your mouth. You name nothing that with them. Everybody at Jamaica. This don't make a good speech and do something at all about manifesto. And you know, said 79% of people never come out, come vote. And make this big speech, boom, bam, bam, because enough people, them concerned about them help more than anything else. So him does eager for the way I do. Because kind of other years for dry it up in about, let me tell you, if him do it and wait so long, like them I tell him, say, let me tell you this, you have to draw early election, because if you wait and something go wrong now, say you're gone, That's why him come out and I say, well, I don't even have no time for my legacy. A legacy I talk about now. What the man talk about legacy, Ratty?
You know me there, I look on. I'm there, I laugh. I mean, I listen to this as well.
Yeah.
Me I look on him 2016.
Manifesto.
Yeah. And all you need to do, all you need to do with this Prime Minister, look at the 2016 manifesto, look at the 2020 manifesto, and all the information you need for debunk everything we might do right there in front of your eyes. Right there in front of your eyes. Read the 2016 and say all of the things that them say them are going to do.
Them not do it.
And say them do it. And then go to the 2020 and look at them do it.
Them are build 70,000 houses, solution, 70,000. The other day, they matter about country them. When we broke down the money, how much ever sell a house, you can build 70,000. You know how much you have to build for your year? For 5 years? You break it down to 5 years. Yeah? You have to build 14,000 a year. 14,000. And then 2 of the year them last. So you have to take up a 28,000 and split it for the other 3 years. So you have to build over 21,000 houses solution per year. Over 21,000. See? Because you be less in them here there, you know. So you have to split it.
But did he ever identify what properties he was going to utilize to do that?
And then you have the money for build it and then walk buy it because them don't have the money and them thing there. You must say, oh, just this, that, and there's more chatting. But I say, no, stop the people impossible task, man. We know them thing go. Make them tell you how much houses built last year. Make them tell you.
Herb, see if you can pull up him 2020 manifesto, it that time itself, publication access is limited.
Yeah, man. But I don't know. Put it up there. Nah, I. Because when I look back one thing before we're talking, that's how we're staying around here without the tablet. I'm going to say, we hear this. Look over the thing. And we can't draw a thing like this and play back and play your own voice and play back your own video. We're all to account, brother. This is what the people them should have do. Yeah, man. This is what them supposed to do. No, Samaria.
The media in Jamaica should be doing what we're doing right now because they're there on the ground. So they have the resources to do exactly what we're doing and put pressure on the government. They're not doing that.
You know what them do? If the government, somebody from the government, this is how a bug life get away. Me hear him, and when you hear film kind of style, because film kind of style is him throw it back on the previous government. So him come and say, oh, but it started and we started like they can't see it. Everything when them throw it back, and then some people say, but people don't understand say bug life are one of them troll them, one of them way make up film, make up things them to him run that the PR system there. Him did run it. Him still run the PR part. So then put him there about misinformation minister. That about life. And when him do, him always do this. Him do it in a this too. Again. So not come out time it's not true. It's not true. Him come out and say, all them do is tell lie on the prime minister and tell lie on the party and spreading propaganda. And who talk to the biggest propagandist radio station? Himself and the radio station, Mouthpiece Radio. Mouthpiece. Because the amount of propaganda them spread. Them just say the woman won the apartment, you know. The whole complex. And them have to walk it back. Them say a liar sees casual place. With that couldn't work. Them have to walk it back. Them just lie.
But I don't know if you
propagandist, yeah.
I don't know if you can't get a shotgun for me now. It can't, me can't say none.
You know,
so what going to lock it down from him? We can't decide it. So I don't know what going. If you can get pull up the 2016.
It's telling me
pull up 2020.
It's for error 404. Sorry, we couldn't find that page. And then the other one is when you go to the jail.
Them hide it.
Them hide it. Them take it down. Say it's limited. Access is limited.
Yeah,
they took it down.
Can they not do it? That's what them doing.
And you know what? I opened up I opened 2016 a while ago. I opened a 2016 one a while ago, and then went back to it, and now it won't open. I must have said, no, sir. No, make a boy it.
Yeah, I notice. Open yourself. Yeah. That time for download it in a PDF. Me see it, you know, come here, right there, say, you know, come and draw it up quick, you know. See it there? But that time if I download it in a PDF, you know.
What site you went to?
No, me just Google
okay,
it.
Yeah. If you did it on the PDF, that's a 2016 one. How about the 2020? Yeah, the 2016 one. But how about 2021?
2020.
Yeah, I have that. I have that. But how about the 2021?
I have the 2021. I go feet, but I open that one here. Enough thing for this, you know. Because them have the map. The map. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. But me not say economic growth and job creation I know, brother. Simplify taxation system. Me get 2020 yes, in front of me. Yeah. Create more jobs in the utilities and infrastructure sector. Reducing debt burden on students.
Yeah, 2020 now pull up 2020 for me.
Income earners. Focus on small and medium enterprises online
That's
information
2016.
and automation of government services. All know that at 2016, and all know we not reach and much as to reach online, brother. See, developing domestic business, not near so. This is 2016. They not accomplish so. Learn of government operations, efficiencies in public sector, greater transparency. And here is now greater representation for civil society and the diaspora. And the diaspora. Well, if you read this, you know, I fear but them all them might come but I fling fire power week.
Here to know, healthy lifestyle education programs help keep us fit and reduce lifestyle diseases. You say the education, you know, him not talk about the food, you know. I say we're all going to food, you know. Just so we're going to life education about food. So we can stay fit. You say no, give it the food. Give it the food.
No, but this is a job creation you're saying there and focusing on. Strengthening corruption prevention authorities. The corruption prevention authorities. Tougher penalties for breaches of the integrity in public office. In public office, tougher what? Them get served for them rob left, right, and center, brother. Human rights. 10 steps to safety and security. You know, tell about the health ratty.
For 2020, they say a new GLP government will ensure accountable governance that promotes unity and partnership while faithfully serving all Jamaicans. Our ambitious agenda going forward will focus on recovering stronger and ensuring our economic output is restored to pre-COVID levels in the shortest period of time, and that our recovered economy is more diversified and even more resilient, according to the PM. And Holness contend that the GLP ambition is to have all Jamaicans working again at the same or even greater levels of employment seen in 2020. And it says to read the manifesto in full by clicking here. Then when you click there, it's not available.
All right, here's something I'm saying at 2016. I'm saying a JLP government will promote health tourism as part of an integrated industrial policy. Who are come to Jamaica for health services?
And that don't make no sense.
No, think about this. Think about this.
No,
you're sick.
That's stupid, man.
No, think about this. You're sick. Anyway, you're in the world, you're sick. But you said, no, you know what? I want to go to Jamaica, you know, because I'm going to get healthy when I go there.
I get better health care.
Yeah, I get better health care in Jamaica.
Hey, when you go to that mag, you're going to mag.
We're going to go to KPH.
No, man. Cornwall regional.
No, but KPH, man, them have an artist just dead. Them just have him crash last month. Yeah? And them send him out to KPH. And him just fly up must say yesterday coming out of the state because them don't know what happened to him or whatever. Remember him not wreck, you know. Him dead. He must dead this morning. So him dead now. Them say must say blood clot and all kind of thing. Then him go fly. That them did a treat him or give him wrong treatment. I don't think them never look on him. You crash them have it, you attack, them let you go. The blood clot, them maybe no blood thinners, nothing at all. Them they do nothing to you. Me tell you say it's a mag. Christopher Tufton, the artist that Paya watch, and it's not one. The girl just gets raped down the Paya watch to brother. You need to do something down there. That the young miss was sick, the 17-year-old girl.
Isn't that where Valier Johnson died too as well?
Eh?
Valier Johnson. Is that
who?
Valier Johnson, Maffy.
I think him died.
But at KPH, remember he took sick and at KPH.
Anything go at KPH, man. You're lucky.
That's where he passed away.
Me tell them that even my car wheel can go in a KPH, you know. Don't they then kill my father to man. So I'm not with KPH. You understand? Yeah, and down there's a big, is like a big, you know, that camp. Them just put you in there and do anything, you know. If you get a bad injection, remember them doctor, nobody know investigate them in a ratty.
Right.
I uncle place me see no doctor, nobody no investigate it from doctor say you're dead, you're just dead. So if him give a bad injection and it stop your heart, You're dead.
God.
You just write up you're dead.
Well, I know there's a 2016, right? It's a
You know, me I talk to a nurse too. Yeah,
it's a them say right here, right? The most direct path to sufficiency of water for agriculture and home use is to make better use of the natural resource where it is found as rainwater and surface water. We listen to this. We will promote the creation of ponds, catchment areas, and microdams, and create better incentives for households to harvest rainwater.
Right now, be a black in the road right now. You see the case dry.
With the water there.
And the truck you talk about with them buying on a calica fight.
They don't put no truck inside that, so them
No,
say.
but the truck them I use now. And I
them
get
say pond, catchment area, and microdams.
Shut up, them say.
Them build a microdam. Tell me a microdam when them build in Jamaica.
We don't know. No more go see them with truck and a member of parliament told it and I say them I sell water better. You see, these are the things I'm telling you, all them accountable for, man.
Listen, you know what we should have done? We should have taken the 2016. We can't do.
What a bit back,
we can't do shows.
And put it up there for them.
Yeah, we can't do shows for months on this. Just take a section. Just take a section.
Well,
and look at 2016 and 2020 and what's going on and what happened.
Yeah, man.
The material is here.
It's there.
You're forgetting a key thing here.
Yes.
You were never paying him the right salary or any members of the cabinet.
But you know what happened? They never put it in the manifesto, so we have to give them our money too. They never put that inside.
That's the way I do.
Put it in there.
You know, everybody 45. I'm a tough fuck. They come with money and leeching, and they seem took off because in 5 and 4 now working. Them took off. We not see him back. Him that give him teeth and people say, well, him run NCB. Me not see him do farming. Me see up at NCB. Me know other people run it. But me not see the farming. Me not have no faith in him. Me not farming. Them did want to give him 3,000 acre land for do what? Eh?
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, man. Yes, Ratty.
Yeah, we don't ramp around here, you know.
Yeah.
We don't ramp around here because we have pull up our speeches now.
Yeah, pull up this speech, aye.
This better than I tell you, man.
It's out there, man. You have any speech with Juliet?
We have speech with Juliet. Juliet, I say anyway, where comments live it always.
You know, and that's her constituency she was talking about, you know, the people in her constituency who didn't vote for her. She was calling them nasty. She's out of order.
Is that right?
You want a good speech, but you want what speech you want with that now, okay?
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party. Hi, I'm Juliet Holness, your candidate for East Rural St. Andrew. For far too long, the constituency of East Rural St. Andrew.
This is what them do all the time. Let me hear what she say. So I'm going to put up one of them. Oh, you want me to get something with her? Let me get something with Juliet right now, because even by me, they said, for you to talk, me have too much thing with everybody, man. You understand? Let me find Juliet. Let's see you. You want to see something nice with Juliet? That breaks what I want to know. Look at that one. Breaks what I want to know. Well, on there.
Has she ever mentioned construction or building homes for poor people in any of her speeches?
You never hear that, but let me show you one. Hear that one here. Watch that one here, no? Hear that one here.
That I want to tax the mayor of Burma. I want to thank all the members in the air. And I want to ensure that everybody gets to experience a little bit of what we are. The experience.
So after she make the speech and she go up in a Florida there, so that's how she get, you know. So yeah, me have them, man. And the promise, she never run out the promise. So you know, you get things like that when you run out promise, you know. Juliet.
But has she ever talked about getting homes for poor people?
I never hear that. No, she don't start
It is
some
from
things.
Jamaica. Juliet Holness, the wife of the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, was formally presented as the party's candidate in the constituency of East Rural.
This is when she go up there. So this All right, this me shall adjust this. Remember when she said everywhere dirty and them thing there, see that? Look on this now. Come on, do something.
In the Mavis Bank community, right about at Mavis Bank Square, at the garbage skip that we built some time ago. If you look behind me, you will see the garbage skip without garbage, while there's garbage littered all around the outside of the skip. Now, I would like to encourage Mavis Bank residents. Number one, those who have businesses, you are actually required to make arrangements for the disposal of your garbage. The skip is for domestic or household garbage. Number two, for those persons who are able to, you do not need to throw your food type garbage, that is your banana peel waste and your plantain waste and yam, in the garbage. That can actually be buried and used for fertilizer. Residents, the solid waste management, your councillor, that's through the parish council and local government, is responsible to ensure that garbage is collected on time and that the system works well. Please reach out to your councillor. Do not allow the garbage area to look like this.
All right, so she get a bulk of vote from up here. So when she said, that's why you must use the not, because you're the member of parliament. And you say, anyway, the convents them live, it always dirty. So look on the little bit of skip and it have a green. You see them to stop these things. Why never paint it blue then? Keep it neutral. And you don't say something about where they saw, but look on this. You see me I talk about Ratty? Eh?
Well, no.
Foolishness.
I look on something with the PM, right? And he might get a speech in the parliament. And here's what he said about, I talk about crime. You know, you can't pick any subject because any subject you pick, you know, you're going to find some nonsense in my talk. But here's what I'm saying. Madam Speaker, there are legal questions raised about the use of the SOEs, and it is the intention of the government to have those issues resolved. Legal questions raised about the use of the SOEs, and it is the intention of the government to have those issues resolved. The opposition and other commentators proffer the view that the government is using the SOEs as a crime-fighting tool. Now, and him said, I wish to draw an important distinction that I hope will bring greater clarity to government's approach to national security and the use of the SOEs. Now, you know, when never touched right this up? He never touched the legal question raised, which is that it's a violation of the Constitution.
Yes.
He never touched it. Him start about, well, if you look at the stats in this community, when we put it there, it work. The legal question is it is unconstitutional because you can only use it in one of three, in three instances. Insurrection, war, national disaster, not as a crime-fighting tool. And you read the whole thing. I mean, look and say, okay, I'll see which part I'll talk about the legal question, I'll raise the legal question, I'll talk about the Constitution. Nowhere. You
see it? That's how we say we're holding on, man. We're holding on. And by the way, Prime Minister Holness, you know, you just admit to the whole world, so we never sub-zeros. And not my word, when me come call on a sub-zero and I read sub-zeros and I never do nothing and never work, you know. When I get paid for certain thing and like what I said, them should I get charged too.
Yeah, man, forget charge, man. I just put a lawsuit on them. Me has to charge them, me has to put a lawsuit. But you know what happened? People are listening because I work for people that ask no and say, hey, we never know about the manifesto. You can send it to me, you can send that to me. You can
that's what one back civics. Right, that's what we're on.
Yeah, a lot of people are right now and say to me, say, we never know about them things there.
All right.
Can you tell us where we can find them things there? Can you send them to us?
Yeah. I would tell them go to the JIS, Jamaica Information Service site, and request
them. Read them. Right. And take care of everything what them say them do. Yeah. When them put in the manifesto and look if them do it.
Yeah.
Hold them to account.
Right.
Yes. That's the do.
Yeah, if you go to one of them list all them speech, all about all of the speeches them for this year.
Yes.
No, for 2021, 2022, 22. So yeah. Yeah, all of the speeches them right or so. All of them, I look on all of the speeches them. And you know, say, we're gonna go through all of them speeches, yeah.
But I forgot through them.
I forgot through all of them speeches. You have about 40 speeches right or so. And you know we're gonna find some nonsense in all them speeches. You know we're gonna find some nonsense.
You know, it's a bag of garbage. Right now, it want the garbage truck, them 50 of them everywhere you done through, you have to just straight night. And then who say to have to throw them in the garbage truck or dump them too. Cause garbage. When them put up there be a garbage, them talk most of the time, you know. Yeah. Be a garbage, them talk most of the time. And that's straight. Be a garbage. Yeah. But the greatest thing when we come at all, before, because we see we have around 12 more minutes, you know, because we're not going to eat late tonight night. Yeah. But hear this now. With the Prime Minister wife now, that $800 million that bother me ratty.
All right, I'm going to get back to that.
The $800 million.
The $800 million project, right? That's all. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say you have that project, and if you don't get the cut road, through the people in place, if you don't get it cut, the $800 million project, it's a doom.
Make it doom.
800, but the 800
hey, hold on,
million.
Because we know them are listening, you know. The person who send me all of them things, I know, are listening, you know, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'll tell them, not tell that person, I have to tell the Citizens Association, make the project doom. Make it doom.
It's a for doom.
Make it doom. Because them treating you like dirt from 2020, you are right to them and ask them to please, you know, do this, please do that, please, and them ignore, no. Make it doom.
You see why them have to have some safeguard different from government, because when you have a government now and when you have a prime minister and then female wife, a MP, and she a deputy speaker, then you are right, you have a right to the husband, where you know I pay a drape up and all kind of things. It can't work. When I answer him, I cut against his wife. You remember Colonel Charles' daughter say about him, her father, when I think the opposition asked her, where do you stand with the people them? With your father. She said, with my father. With the land issue. You forgot it. Eh?
Well, you know, she with this one, yeah, them have to make the project doom. There's no listen, what they did, you know, before them had the court hearing last week, you know, they tried to resolve it, you know, and appear badness going on in the place, you know. Pure badness. Because if she truly respect the people, should have said, okay, all right, I'll tell you what. Let me meet in the halfway. I could deal with this thing so that I can get my project going or whatever. But it's a badness thing because part of it is the ego. Who are these people to come tell me and my husband? Me and my husband are run this thing, I run this country, and our friends and whatnot. And who are these people to stand up to us? Right? Now, we're going to see what the judge are going to do, you know. Because the judge get a money too, you know. The judge get a money because we pay for everybody.
Yeah.
But no, man, make it doom. Them get a chance, you know, to sit down and say, make it work it out. Say, no, not work out. So if you not listen to me, you know, see me I do my piece, you know, the social media piece, you know, to make the whole world know where I'm going, you know. I don't know, say, I the man of the wilderness thing, this way gone all over the place. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to support, you know, we are trying to go into some strength.
Yes.
So that on a stiff on the spine and say, here, well, we don't care who this person is. She's no better than us. She's no worse, no better than us. She's a Jamaican just like all of us, and she's subject to the laws of Jamaica, laws and the regulations, and we're not budging.
All right. Hear this, Narati. Remember just show, come like talk and show the thing. Not say that now, just listen now. It's a pregnant child when we just mentioned. Hear the data. Chafina Green, you have got over 1,500 acres. You can leave with now with the island. You can leave with now with the island. No more earth. 4 links in land, which is a national heritage trust land. Your father national heritage trust land. You claim it to be yours.
She know when I race on that. You know when big race out there.
Nothing about representation.
I said them as a vote for your idiot, you know. Vote in a power, you know.
Let our father
people and get you one
It has nothing to do with government. Your father said it is his. It has nothing to do with government. Don't come and try to trick the people. It's his property. It's his property. Madness. How can an island be a part of Mr. Charles Sugarland? That's madness. We don't have taken enough, but we won't take this.
We will fight to the bitter end. All right. To defend this from the people. You and your father need to go back to Western and leave in Eastern Pennsylvania. You have taken enough land. You have taken enough land. You have never represented the community. Not in the statement you have made against this.
The people in the community have never put on a
they're land grabbers and land barons. That's what you, Charles, are about. No interest to represent people. Your interest is to take away all the other land we left. But you're not going to get none. Are you supporting the people or are you supporting your dad's claim?
I mark that something next door. I mark that something next door.
I mark an answer if you support the people or at that claim. Listen right just again. Listen what you
Your
say.
interest to represent people. Your interest is to take away all the other land we left. But you're not going to get none.
Listen now.
Are you supporting the people or are you supporting your dad's claim?
You hear it? You hear what she said?
Me hear her.
Yeah.
You are people vote for that, but me say I can't go to the family member. These are conflict of interest. You promote that claim. You know, ban and go there so. People must say, remember when I used to go over there so, raise over there so. 100 right this alone on 1,500 acre, you know. And plus them have another place over 2,000 acre that. He might say for you, come out there, she out there. Them say you supporting the people. Yeah, that's claim. She said that's claim. Wish that's claim. The man in age. It end down to them.
So the people them know if you don't know, you know.
Eh?
The people them should know what you know.
You see me I talk about?
People them must know.
That's claim. Eh? You saw Jamaica run. And them tell the point blank. My dad's claim. Eh? This bad man.
Herb, this would be a good test case for the one where come out of Barbados out of Miami.
Yes, yes.
This would be a good test case.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So as I'm looking at this thing here, this is a clear declaration by the ruling party that they miss for self. They're going to do everything to accumulate wealth. And now that they've declared all these pay raises, and the truth comes out from the PM himself saying that it wasn't being paid enough. Neither was any of his MPs being paid enough. So, I mean, we can't complain. This is who we voted for down there, and this is what they want. So, we're going to have to try to figure out how do you get your money straightened with these people in office. How are they spending your tax dollar? Where's all that money going to?
Why this bad?
We just say something about them. Herb, you said it was Jamaica and UK signed framework document for a 2.9 billion violence prevention project. I'm gonna see my lady signing up with this gentleman here.
Yeah.
You know what them. You know where I don't see them talk about.
What you don't say the Kabyle?
2.9 billion.
Because there's a 2.9, nearly 3 billion, because a 15 million pound for that, so more than 3 billion. So I could just tell them that. So many of this, so 15 million. And then there are 7 now if it do something else. So
right.
They only at 2.9.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? Let me tell you, see what I'm silly. This is the same lady, who was the spokesperson for rejecting the prison money back in 2016, right?
Yes.
And then where the UK do? Them just flood Jamaica a whole bunch of deportees. Them still send them home. Me no see she have no agreement with them to say, okay, give us some money so we can resettle them people when them come back home.
Be back to prison.
Where is the talk about resettling of these people? Where the money come from?
Them that give them money for resettle them and everything, them don't want them that get a new prison. Because dungeon we have. Right? And instead of them do that, them bad mouth it. Andrew and all the while in minions. You don't do that. You don't play politics with these things. Because them there in the street, them there all over the place. What you do? Because them are going to come back. The truth is they're going to come back and them say, the one them want to do short term, them have less than how much months. Them are going to send them back. And then, but them are going to monetize it, So you couldn't angle them and them are gonna get toilets in this. Them have to build right thing.
Right.
You don't want it. Don't take it. Do it school and education. See you have it in your hand and wanna do not scrape. Or when people hungry, you know much baby now, them mother not have no milk, forgive them tonight. Yeah. Them not eat no dinner. Me not ask, we know that.
2 million, brother.
Wagga, wagga.
2 million of them are going to bed tonight.
When I scrape it already. When evil man. Yeah, man.
2 million of them are going to bed tonight.
Hungry.
Hungry.
And it's there, not our word. It's there, we can go look on it.
Yeah.
You just go type it, 2 million.
And the women in parliament are the women in parliament are silent. That's a disgrace.
Disgraceful. I'm a last word tonight, you know, because you know, me I forgot, you know, you must know when I come to them show, me make sure not eat me dinner yet, you know. Because I know I'm not hungry, you know, so me not cadence with you know.
Yeah, me not eat.
When we do the show, then we go eat. I eat me dinner. Me know it's kind of late. But I said go. You understand? Yes. Where you say, Batty? I wrap up, you know.
Yeah, no, what I say is that, you know, that epitomizes the question and the answer on the beach. Are you with the people or with your father's claim? I'm with my father's claim. She's not with the people. Now, remember, no, it's not our father's claim put her in that position, you know.
All right.
People. So people just keep that in mind.
Keep it in mind. See? So that's why when the people them up a lease flat right to the lady, her husband, what them expect.
Right.
Do you understand what I say? It's not supposed to happen.
Right.
So
and the letter is dated August 10, 2020. It says open letter to the Prime Minister. And them start complaining about his wife and all and the development and this and that. Nothing.
And by right, you know, supposing that you're a minister or something, and then when you look now, or your husband a prime minister, then you develop and do things. You have to keep back. Number one, if you're a builder and you're one developer, right? You're a builder, developer, and you go to one of them hardware, them I want you kick back because you can do things to them. You see? If you go for mad, you can get more tomorrow, no one chuck on another kind of thing. If you forget steel, you have to make a way by give me the steel for this, you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So them thing that you can't see a bill, you're not supposed to do it, brother. It's not right, none at all. Police should have involved, people should have get charged. Jamaica cannot run this way. People are opening other things. Hey, look now. One man, I do some woman, he might open a company. I think colleagues in the house with him, I run the agency will forgive him the permit for carrying things. So I'm gonna get it. He don't need NEPA and them thing that them just call and say, listen, she need that. Them just give them the paper. And links to Jamaica. He don't run off of laws. That's why I said the whole of them up there, so them police there, but them are from Google Gaga and anybody around him there, so it's the whole of them for go home. Them not doing policing. McCracken, them are taking for idiot too, you know. Stand up and talk out. No, but him don't know, so you know them bring him on that bus.
Well, I know. The other thing about it is that this is the longest member see the FBI take for do a report for an overseas investigation. This is the longest them take for
Them terrible, you know. Them terrible.
If it's one thing that the people of Jamaica found out this week, is how much the Prime Minister of Jamaica despises his job because he wasn't being paid enough. Right?
And that are one, but the other thing, how much they are posing like them doing something, but them are sub-zero.
Right.
The one of them for just climb, put you up to rooftop and climb down same way and stuck. Because them never do nothing in the first place. I never do nothing. But you're ratty. We don't need to tell them the truth. We just cannot, because our clubs are clubs on here, you know. We don't add nothing on here, you know. You talk straight. On here. You understand? Them never do nothing. The man run out of idea, anything. If you know the Prime Minister, you go to him and you say, yo, see I roll a tape here. He may tell you, say, yeah, man, make a build a tape house. Like I'm talking about bill. After the man say I build 70,000 units, no one ever hand them this and that and that. See, look much thing in them manifesto where them are do. What them do? Nothing. You don't want to read them manifesto coming up and down.
It is so bad. They have to take down the manifesto. We're going to be looking.
Yeah. Hey, you have to
This is one of my account.
go print the 2016 one, 'cause it might be gone tomorrow. You have to print it.
You're right about that.
And when him take it, print it her, but when him take it,
gone.
what tear it apart, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
what tear the manifesto apart, you know. Two of them, you know.
Call
2016
Mr.
and
Morgan, they call
2020.
it bug life.
We're gonna put it up for the people them can look on it.
Yeah.
Have it and read it.
Yeah, man.
Yesterday I
man.
said, one of the have it
2016,
and read it.
2020. Yeah. But
Yeah.
you have to try to get the 2021 because the man them not giving no access, them block it.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Don't get it.
Them I watch free and some I say, hey, don't make him catch it, you know, because that's how it's supposed to. No, but the Prime Minister does tell us him now work. Him say we not PM for the work.
I
Him
think
say him not doing no work. Him say him not doing no work for 7 years. Him say him just
You know, it sound like to me, it sound like him gone past, it sound like them they on strike. That's why not never get done. You know, in the army, they say me I go on strike, come in and get paid. It sound like a lot him be on strike.
When we see the police them the on strike and the teacher them and the nurses, me can't say nothing. If a man say, uno for pay we better. He might not blame the people them too much. He must say uno for pay we better. The other man, no man. What kind of cartoon him a watch, man? When that drink. Uno for pay we better, so we can hold we. And yeah, the look nasty PSOJ because remember, you know. PSOJ, let me tell you something. We know, say, let me tell you what we know PSOJ. Who found PSOJ? PSOJ found in the 1980s. Edward Siaga. That's how I want to behave, so. We not behave like we're politically aligned to. You don't think people are idiot? Just Google who found PSOJ, brother.
Herb, some people are right, man. Them say right now, them want you talk about some things, and them say before we got them want you talk up some things.
Let's look who farm a PSOJ. See? Let's look at it.
PSOJ.
Yeah, PSOJ. Let's look who farm PSOJ. The body where them talk to in the 80s, right? Because so them man. So when
it was established in 1976.
Yeah, but when them farm, it's established. But when them start run that,
yeah,
in the 1980 yard.
Regime, correct, huh?
Me, I get something. I'm gonna run it because I'm supposed to have it. So I try run farm. I'm gonna tell you who.
I think yes, it was by Michael Manley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but I think that when them start when them did revamp something and do something back in the 80s.
Yes, under Edward Siaga, yes, but it was started by Michael Manley.
You understand? Come nothing, you know, like even the art. Remember it at the thing the equipment they did have enough. So them rebrand it and
the youth program. The youth program was
for them to make it harder enough for you get in instead of. You know, you not learn this, so you could have gone to the youth program. So let me rename it art and say I go farm it. So, you know, him come up with art. But really it come from man the same way. You understand? But him rebrand it and but he make it harder and more difficult for run through. We know that too. But them people, them lean. Because them are talk about, well, you know, make you grade them and you hold them and when you feel that's good. When you match away man, you feel that's good to man.
No match some other.
Them a mash up the place. You know, like when the rape or them come out, PSOJ run out. But it was false and bogus. But no, them make you hold them and hold them talk. No bring that to nobody head down here. We have to stop it. We are holding our talk.
In I'm speech, how was this? September 7, 2020, right?
Yes.
Him say, I talk about the talk about our holy part. Him say, we will undertake major infrastructure upgrades to the following hospitals: Spanish Town, that a go on?
No, sir.
St. Anne's Bay, Maypen, Bustamante Children's Hospital, and University of the West Indies, right?
That one.
Together with completion of the Cornwall Regional Hospital and the Western Children's Hospital.
Them they're not complete, none of them not going away. Me just see the bathroom big and dirty and think and nasty.
Simultaneously, we will retrofit 110 health facilities across the island with technology that will provide
facilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. Tell me more and them point out which one them fix. You know what them I use? I'm asking people to people listen what me I tell you now. Listen what me I tell you now. When Andrew them talk, them don't know not about no digital and them thing. Them deal with them kind of thing and listen me. When we are talking about cashless system, no care who want to talk. Jamaica now lead the way. Jamaica not first world country lead the way. Because listen, can you imagine tourists coming in now and them have to get them phone and get the Jamaican dollars on them phone if you use it. All them that buy things out of road, man. There is no way. The dollar I have it from my phone now where this does take from there. Them soon launch that the new money. Them soon launch it. You understand? Them soon. And by the way, the needs, can you imagine if the needs so powerful like what the Prime Minister they say, go up to embassy with it, make them put a visa upon it, man. Because I don't know if you can fly out with needs. You can fly out with needs, Matty.
No, hold on there. We find something out, brother.
Yes.
What they did laugh for that one now. Hear what I'm saying? This is September 7. Let me go back and see the date. September 7, 2020. Him say, on the whole, we have built out a good anti-corruption structure through the Integrity Commission and MOCA. They are constrained by the need to complete their legislative framework and expand their investigative and prosecutorial resources. We will ensure this is completed early in this term. The challenge, however, is not just one of resources and regulation. It is more so one of will and culture, the will to challenge the culture. It has been clearly demonstrated. It has been clearly demonstrated that my government has acted within the law when matters arise that are of concern to the public interest. Is that true? My government has acted within the law when matters arise that are of concern to the public interest. And here's when put now in a bold letters, capital letters. No one has been shown any special favors, given any protection or influence brought to bear on any anti-corruption agency or investigation.
So oligarch are no one, them are someone. The oligarchs, them are who?
They just did that to Integrity Commission.
Exactly.
No, but we said the oligarchs, him said no one showing a favor. So the oligarchs, them are who? So why
oh here the one there. You're the one there. You did it loud. You're the one there. It said okay. However, in addition to investigation and prosecution, we must also seek to prevent the occurrence of acts which weaken public trust and damage the integrity of the government. To this end, I have indicated to the Executive Director of Integrity Commission that each elected representative and each appointed minister will participate in sensitization program to be established by the Integrity Commission to increase their awareness and understanding of the anti-corruption legislative framework, not just to sensitize them, but to ensure they are seized of their duties and understand that this will be an accountable government.
Point
out to me, like you said, point out to me.
The man just said him a big failure and him not work, man.
You're right.
Him just make any sense. I'm tell you, if you listen, I'll be a lie. So anything will come out, it's not valid, brother. It's not valid. I will do with that.
But wait, if the Prime Minister has sending his cabinet, his team, the commission to learn, there's a problem. Because you should have honesty in who have go. I'm not saying it's going to be 100%, but for the love of God, man, he has to be sending them there for sensitization. Then the Constitution.
Why them Maria, them people here, why me don't know. Him just right for right's sake. Some other people are right for him. But so everything what them talk about, brother. And sisters, yes.
If I to close, I would urge all our listeners now listening to us to write to the office of the Prime Minister and ask the specific question. Get them on the record, right? We want them on the record saying how many trips as members of your office made to Mexico City in the past, let's say 15 years. What were the purposes of the trips and how are those trips connected to your business down ADMAT down in St. Lucia.
You know, so them not answer that. Then you know, so they not answer that. I can go eat my food.
No,
here.
before you go eat. No, you don't want to. You love that one. Now. It says this, and I'm gonna talk about water now, right? I'm saying which is topical, right? We have to deal with that right now. Or the shortage we are dealing with. On the production side, we have developed a plan to bring approximately 100 million gallons of water per day into the system, involving pumped hydro storage and desalination to cover Clarendon, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and parts of St. Thomas. This will solve once and for all our water shortage problem in our utility areas and increase our resilience.
And I know not like, and the whole place dry, you know. The dirt a choke here, you know. It's a desert. Oh, then they're gonna dig up the road, you know. And a desert right now, enough people, them can't mash up. When you look, the dust a kill off people and all kind of thing. No water, none of that for people drink. None.
Well,
and we have so much rivers.
The problem is water should be available in them trucks. It doesn't have to be water you can drink, but the water should be there to wet down the roadway every time I'm going through those areas and stop bringing what we call consumption, all kinds of pneumonia and stuff. Bronchitis, giving them people a hard time with all that build up.
I have something I don't want it for public consumption. I'm going to send it to you. And I just want you to tell me, what do you think happened? The Jamaican Prime Minister had a visit last night. Late last night, I'm being told, by some people. And those people flew in, flew out. I have a picture I want to share with you. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to you now. You can kick it off over to Maria for a minute, please. Herb, just take a look. You don't have to show it to not show it on the screen yet.
No, right? I run it, but when I show it on the screen, I know.
No, hold on. Take a look on that. It's a last night, you know, brother. No, you see that man there with the to him right? That look like somebody when we know, you know. And that person, and that person, if it's that person, and them in Jamaica, serious business, brother. Serious.
And
business.
I say about time. It's about time.
Yeah. The background, I can pick up if I Jamaica and not, can I say who have the most, you know? That's a look.
Yeah.
So
the person on the right got cut off in this picture here.
Right.
Me know that. Me run that.
Yeah, and I was told that this meeting took place late last night. They flew in.
Me know me can run.
And them people now have no reason for the in Jamaica.
Okay.
Them people now have no reason. They have no reason. But we're going to dig deep and we're going to find out, because this man I was sitting down next to him, you know, it looked like somebody when we know. And like me say, if it's him, some serious things are going on in Jamaica. Serious things. But
we're not saying nothing.
Not yet.
We're there, people. Next week.
Okay, bless you to my brother. Have a great week.
Maria thing. Kick it over to Maria for me, please.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Thanks.
To Maria.
Bless up. Yeah, man.
All right, have a good one, gentlemen.
All right, take care. All right.
You know, you watch you, man, because you drop out power from there at the end of them thing. They stop drop out power, man, because you know, we're not do tabloid run here. We hold you by account. Yeah?
Right.
All right, there. Later, brother.
Later, brother.